much about karma. I mean, even on the YouTube pages, you know what I'm saying? They talk about instant karma. You can see the commercials and the different skits of people that are going through the instant karma. So basically, what it's saying that every reaction there is a reaction. So that's what karma does to us. And I want to really talk about karma because to me, I like the idea of karma. No, I'm not a Hindu. I'm not a Buddhist. I'm not necessarily affiliated with any religion. But if we look at karma, it seems like that's the most fair thing to me. All right. Because karma means action. So that means that everything you do is going to have a reaction. So I guess the good thing about karma is that everything that you do, you're going to have a reaction. So you can bring good karma to yourself or you can bring bad karma to yourself. Whatever you make by your actions is what you'll bring back. So I do like this concept better because with this concept, it's not necessarily a devil thing where, you did something bad, the devil's going to get you. You know what I mean? You did something bad, so your karma's going to get you. And I think a lot of times religion might be sort of like a scapegoat because I feel like, well, the people I've talked to, well, some people I talk to in religion, they'll say something like, either they're blaming on the devil, if it's bad karma or if it's good karma, they'll blame it on Jesus. Hey, and you do what you want to do. But the only problem with that is that to me, it's a cop out. And let me tell you why religion is a cop out. Because if you can do what you want and just get saved at the last minute by trusting in Jesus and not think that you're going to have any karma, you're wrong. There is nothing that you can do to karma. It is always there. It's always going to be there. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily caused by the devil. What happens is when we have thoughts, even when we have thoughts, that creates karma, right? So we can have a thought, that thought can create karma for us. So what happens is whenever you have a thought, whether it's negative or positive, it turns into a life form. It actually turns into something. Thoughts are things, right? So it turns into a life form. So what you'll see happening is that all life forms, they want to get with other life forms, other thought forms, my bad. They want to get with other thought forms. So all thought forms kind of group together. So if you're in that karma where you're on a certain vibration, you're going to attract other people and other things of the same vibration. Actually, it's really pretty simple if you think about it. So yeah, karma is definitely one of those things that, I want to get into. And I think that it is a great thing to talk about. All right. So what is karma? And then after this, I'll do like a kind of open panel after I get the karma over with, because I did have some questions for people from the previous videos that I want to answer. So yeah, we're going to get through this karma, but then I wanted it to be an open panel. So, I'll share the link. So yeah, let me go ahead and share the link now for you. Let's do the link so that everybody can go ahead and join the panel. Yeah, let me go ahead and share this. So yeah, feel free to join the panel. I know you got a lot to say because I think that karma does affect us differently as Black people. Because as Black people, we have a collective karma, just like all other groups or nations or institutions do. And then there's personal karma. So it's kind of like two karmas that we deal with. So like I said, karma is action. Any action that you take is going to give you a reaction. Happens all the time, whether you believe in karma or not. So what goes around definitely comes around. Now, the thing I want to really get into karma is that karma can affect people differently. And it's based on the way that you think. So what goes around comes around. But I'm going to show you how later, based on how you think, you can actually do good things and think that you're doing good things. You know what I'm saying? And then you create bad karma. It's all in your perceptions. Okay, so let me just get through this now. All right, so as an example, you might have low self-esteem. You say, hey, I was born in the hood. I'm going to never be anything. You have low self-esteem. So that is automatically how you think about your life. So believe it or not, you can create bad karma by doing good things, because if you're doing things that's against your nature, something that you don't necessarily believe in, you're creating bad karma. So we got to be really, really careful, you know what I'm saying, about the way we think and what we do. Now, this is something I talked about on the video, but I wanted to bring this up again. I want to give you my interpretation of it. All right. What this is the will of America's racial karma. All right. And if we look, it's a circle and it's a triangle in it. So, you know, just based on the, you know, the sacred geometry, I would definitely say that this pyramid right here is the most important part. So if you look at the very top of the circle, it says intent. So that's what I was saying before. Karma is intentional. So anytime you have any kind of intent, you create karma, whether it's a good intent or a bad intent. Okay. So what do intents lead to? They lead to continuation of that intent. You already intend to do it. So it's easier to continue the intent to then to start something else. And then we got the manifestation where you're actually manifesting that intent. You thought about it. Now you're manifesting it. You're transmitting it to others. This is the transmission after you manifest it. And this last part right here is the retribution. All right. So retribution is like getting payback. So everything that you do, you have to atone for. So retribution is getting payback when something wrong was done to you. Okay. Then we have a continuation of that same intent, manifestation, transmission, and retribution, and it continues. Now, if we look at this triangle right here, this is in the middle of the circle. So we already know that's going to be more important than the circle. All right. So first we have behavior, right? It's because behavior is the last part. You know, once you're doing the behavior, you're on the last line of karma because the behavior is the most important thing. Although you can get karma from thinking and speech, behavior is just the you know what I'm saying? That's what you'll do to get the most karma. All right. Now, then we have speech and then we had thinking. All right. So to try to change my thinking, what I did is I said, hey, all right, it's behavior. So I'm going to stop the behavior first. And I kind of work backwards. After the behavior stopped, I'm going to stop the speech. I'm going to stop saying the hateful things. It might take you a couple of months to do that. And then you get to the thinking. Once you get to the thinking and you can change the way you think, you've changed everything, because if you're not thinking it, you won't speak it, you won't have that behavior, and the thinking goes exactly with the intent. All right, so that goes with the intent. What's up, King Genocide? Greetings, man. Hit the link. Oh, dang, let me put the link up here. All right, I just posted a link for you, bro. Thanks for coming through today. All right, so that's the will. So this is supposed to be the will of America's racial karma. And I just want to see if anybody had any input on that, because that's basically how I saw it and how I think it adds to the karma. Now, racial karma is from all groups. Black people can have a collective karma. White people can have a collective karma. Like I said, different governments, different agencies, they can all have this collective karma. But you have to realize that we don't always see other people's karmas. All right. So I might not know what the next man is doing as far as the karma, but you have to know that karma, everybody gets karma. So it's no way that you can turn against karma or get rid of karma, because that's something that everybody gets, you know, whether you believe it or not. I mean, you know, you got Tasha K running around here talking about she ain't got it. But guess what? Au contraire, my friend, you got karma too. So nobody can escape karma. I feel like it's the simplest way, you know what I'm saying, for that retribution, for everything to balance out. Because our universe is always trying to balance. So the karma, really, what you want to do, nobody's perfect all the time. So you can't have all good karma. We try to go more on the good side, but everything can't be all good. So that's why when you notice some things might bring you down, it's just the universe trying to balance itself out. Just like if something is bad all the time. Hey, if you always got bad stuff happening, then hold on, because we already know, you know what I'm saying, that sooner or later it's going to turn good. It's got to. Nothing can stay bad forever. All right. So we're saying, hey, which way? Should I try to go? You know what I'm saying? Should I try to be perfect? You know, I'm going to try to be perfect. I'm going to try to be holier than thou. It's impossible. You're not going to be able to do it because something is going to happen at equilibrium is going to bring you back down. You're not going to be able to be totally bad either. There are some totally bad people. And of course, we will want to be away from those. We want to be around the more positive people. But the true thing to try to strive for is that balance, that equilibrium. So what that means is when you're truly enlightened, you're not really creating any karma, good or bad. So you're enlightened and you're not actually thinking about the decisions that you're making, and you're not making a judgment call on what you're doing. You're enlightened. So you're not creating karma. You're just doing what's in your heart. You're letting the spirit lead you, and you just want to keep that equilibrium. Y'all feel me? Yeah, man. So it's a lot to unpack. It's a whole lot to unpack. And karma's a bitch. Sometimes this bitch have puppies. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I used to say the Nas thing was life's a bitch, then you die. That's why we get high, because you never know when you're going to go. I used to say, hey, life's a bitch, then you live. That's really a bad situation, because after all this life been treating you like a bitch, you're going to live now. You can't even die and get out of it. So yeah, karma is a bitch, and sometimes she has puppies. But we got to realize too, a lot of times it's how we react to it, to whether we get more karma or not. And man, I know it's hard. You know what I'm saying? I was in a shitty mood today, just trying to get myself together. It's hard sometimes. But hey, you just got to try. Just try. If you make a little bit of progress every day, you know what I'm saying? You'll be all right, because nothing's going to be foolproof. Yo, big dog, Philly OG. Salutes. Peace. Yeah, so I was just on here talking about karma, man. I was talking about how karma's a bitch. Sometimes she has puppies. You know what I'm saying? Karma can really be that bitch, man. And what we trying to do, we trying to get rid of some of the negative karma and go more into a better karma. Now, karma is a good opportunity for us, because that means it's the maker of our life. So however we feel on the inside is what we're going to project on the outside. And like I said, these thought forms, they're actually things. Everything you think, that's going to go to another thought form, and this collective consciousness is going to form something. So that's why it's all these people talking about the devil. You know, it's people that are afraid. So this fear is going around and finding other fear, and it's keeping the devil alive. You know, there's no such thing as a devil. You know what I mean? We got to realize that it's not a man walking around, you know what I'm saying, with a pitchfork, slew-footed, walking around and shit, like poking people like, yo, I'm evil, I'm the devil. No. And I made a video about evil, and a lot of people are actually scared to look at the video and to go to the video because they thought it's something sadistic. I'm not sadistic, but what I was trying to say is that the devil is basically our own fears. Whenever you have any fears or negativities or whatever, you got to try to face that. And that's what I was saying, just by knowing about our oppressor, knowing about these evil thought forms, or the devil, if you want to call it a devil. That's how we get past it, because when you know your oppressor, you can fight your oppressor. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that stream was about. And I was going to do it live on the devil today, but I said, man, they're not even ready for it. And it's not anything bad, but it's just dispelling the myth that the devil is an actual being that maybe you can see in your room one day, or the devil made me do it. Nah, the devil ain't made you do it. You did it because you wanted to do it. So the devil did not make you do it. So yeah, so that's one of the things we got to think of when we do this karma thing, man, because it really impacts how we live the rest of our life. Yeah, so anybody that's calling, yo, you can definitely join the stream. I'm live right now, so definitely join the stream, man. Hit me up, join the panel. I got the link on there. You can come in, you can say what you got to say. All right, so this is another thing. We got to realize that everything connects everything else. Oh, you backstage, King Genocide. Okay, let me let you in, man. My bad. Hold up a second. Yeah, man, you have anything to say about this? We talk about karma today. You got anything to say about the karma ring?
Yo, salute, mic check.
Mic check, loud and clear. I hear you, King. What's up, man?
Good. I ain't got nothing to ask just yet. You still building, so I'll let people do, you know what I'm saying, finish your build, and then I ask something, you know what I'm saying. So keep flowing. You still got more info, you know what I'm saying. So
yeah, much respect, bro.
No doubt.
All right, so yeah, everything connects to everything else. Sometimes we can do stuff and we don't see how it connects. Sometimes you can think something is bad karma, but it's really good karma. All right. Like for example, I started this little business. I said I'm gonna do memes, right? I'm gonna make these cute little memes, and somehow I didn't know how I was gonna do it. I'm gonna figure out how to monetize it. Spend all this money advertising, shit didn't go through for me. So I was kind of upset like that. I kind of wasted money, but that I saw that as a failure. But now, hey, guess what? Since I'm doing this YouTube page, I can actually use them memes for my advertisements. So I use them as shorts and I'm able to use them. So sometimes we don't already see how it gets to the big picture, but everything is part of the big picture, whether you believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? Rather you can see it then or you can't see it, it's always going to be there. So we got to create this positive karma for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? It's like never give up. You get in what you put in. So easy come, easy go. Now we can take shortcuts sometimes. Shortcuts is good to take. If you can take a shortcut that makes stuff easier, that's why we do it. I encourage you to do that. My next video is going to be about mental hacks. And these mental hacks are shortcuts that we can make just to do, you know what I'm saying? Just to make our life a little bit easier. Do these shortcuts. All right. Another rule about karma is what you resist persists. So you got to know what you're all about, man. And just like that thing I was talking about earlier about fearing the devil, you're not really fearing the devil. You're fearing the negative parts of you inside yourself. And because you are afraid to face that, it'll materialize as the devil, materialize as something evil. So what you got to do is you got to always make sure that you know yourself. You got to accept yourself, the good and the bad. You got to love the bad shit too. Sometimes you got to sit up there and be like, damn, that was fucked up. I'm bad. You know what I mean? But you got to love that before you can heal it. You see what I'm saying? So we got to make sure that we don't resist anything and that we, you know what I'm saying? We thinking positive, but we got to see the negative side too. So you got to have a dark night of the soul or a dark month of the soul. Get all that shit out, man, because if you resist it, it's going to persist. But you can't improve anything if you can't even realize this is that you got an issue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, these are just a couple of rules just to help you through the karma. Because like I said, Black people, I do think that we have a collective karma. And I think that we have a personal karma just based on a lot of stuff that, if we go through growing up, it might make us think things a little bit differently. Like the white kids can say, hey, I'm going to be the president. I wanted to be the president too when I was in the first grade. But once I got to the 12th grade, it's like, there ain't gonna be no damn president, and that can mess up karma. Because if I want to be the president after thinking I can't do it, me actually trying to be the president is gonna give me bad karma because it's against what I feel in my heart. You see what I'm saying? So we got to change these feelings, unhelpful behavior, these upset feelings. We got to change that.
Hey,
Right?
kpaperchase, I like to add to that. So
Okay.
like you get in what you put in. So us as a people, we went through a lot and we put in a lot of work and energy into this country. And even at our lowest state and the poorest even stand out the hood, funny enough, Black people who even stay out the hood got it better than people in different rich countries around the world. We still get access to clean water, free water, food, internet. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't all get it like that, but we still have, like, there's still a balance to the energy and the output we put into this country too. Like, okay, yeah, you can get big like Jay-Z and this and the third, or had 200K a year, but we still, even in our lower state, we still have our blessings that we might not appreciate because we know we're supposed to be better in this situation that we in. Like, we supposed to be doing a lot better, but even at our worst, the karma still keeps us. Like, when we in a bad situation, we can still smile, have fun, and have a good time. Other people,
We can, but we can't get complacent with that shit. I don't
yes,
want to
sir.
smile and have a good time. I want to have what the white man have. I don't want to be smiling and I'm all my life or all
Nah, hold on. Let me say
my
it like this. We don't want we have. We want what's allowed for us to have that we work for the bill that the white man can. You get what I'm saying? See, it's different when I say it like that. It's like, I ain't mad that he got it. I'm just mad that I'm working hard to get it and I can't get the shit. You feel
Right, I gotta work extra harder. You know what I'm saying? Then
me?
I don't really think I even deserve it. So I gotta change my whole shit or I'm gonna give some bad karma to myself. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's really crazy, man. And another thing that we do that mess us up on karma, I see this a lot, King. Yo, we need to stop thinking about yesterday. It was so good back in the day. I could get a combo for $3. Now the combo $12. Everything messed up now. We worried about yesterday, and a lot of times that creates bad karma, because when we come back into reality and we see the day, we're gonna see the day as a bad place. Oh man, it used to be so much better. So we in our mind thinking about the goodness when we should be right here. And a lot of times, I even done this before. Have you ever thought about tomorrow? You think about tomorrow, you make your plan for tomorrow and all that stuff, but we can't be in tomorrow too much either. It's good to daydream, you can do your visualizations or whatever. But hey, you can't worry about tomorrow too much, because a lot of times we stuck in tomorrow and we're missing our opportunities now. Remember, everything that we do now is part of that bigger picture. And whether we can see it or not, it contributes to the karma and what's going to happen to us later. You feel me? So yeah, man. Choose wisely what you focus. I only got a couple more rules. Choose wisely what you focus on. All right. Now, this is my problem. I'll be trying to multitask, but a lot of times, if you can have that laser sharp focus on one or two things, you can get it done a lot better, and it's a lot more efficient than spreading yourself too thin. So yeah, that's something that just wanted to add. And I got one more, and this one is as above, so below, as within, so without. You don't create your reality by the outside in. You create your reality on the inside. So say you want to be rich, right? You like, yo, I want to get this money. I got to be rich. You're not going to just get rich. You got to get rich within. You know what I'm saying? You got to start stepping your game up, man. You got to act like you're rich. You got to put on them clothes or whatever makes you feel good, whatever makes you get in that vibration. And you got to hold that vibration. And the longer you hold it, that's when you're going to attract that other rich energy. So you can't get rich if you still hang around the same people that's talking about, I'm broke all the time, I don't have nothing, just always complaining. You got to get out of that, because that can affect your karma too. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much stuff, man, that we can just do that'll really help us, and help us get our stuff together, And, a lot of times people think that it's secrets. Maybe it is a secret to us. Maybe we don't know it. You know what I mean? But we got to learn this stuff so that we can be on point with all these other people that's going to these mystery schools and stuff like that, because they're on a whole nother level. And once we learn how to do that, that's going to help, and that's going to readjust the karma too. So what you think about that, King? I can't hear you. Muted up.
Yeah, my bad. I had my other mute button on. I got the manual mute button that I got to physically hit sometimes. My bad. But yeah. That's a lot of good talking points. And what I was about to say is, hey, you ain't got to rush through the talking points, because you giving a lot of knowledge and high level knowledge on top of that. So about that, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, hey, just go through it. You know what I'm saying? You doing good. If I got something to add, you know what I'm saying, I'll let you know. I'll chime in. But this shit is great. It's a great build, and people don't realize that it's like this. Karma is like this. I can explain in the hood way. If you do dirt, you get dirt. That's karma.
Right.
That saying, the hood saying, that's explaining karma right there. If you do good shit gonna happen to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And my thing is not nothing supernatural, nothing. This is electromagnetism. This is science. This is energy. It's going to happen to you whether you believe it or not. It requires no faith, nothing like that. You feel me?
Oh yeah, great disclaimer, because some people get turned away from that because they attribute and attach that to a label with something like religion or spirituality, something like that. When it's just like you said, this is just energy, but this is net force opposing. You know what I'm saying? This ain't. It's just it's will the will of the people flowing.
Yeah, and then karma, like I said, it's not spiritual or anything like that. It's mechanical, dog. Like karma is karma. We might think it is bad. We might think it is evil. We see the little deer getting eaten up by the alligator. We say, oh, that's so terrible. But that's Mother Nature. That's Mother Nature balancing things out. Might look bad to us, but that deer got to die. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep the balance. And it's messed up. And, unfortunately, people got to die. Bad stuff got to happen. And what I wanted to get to, too, is part of what I was having my evil build yesterday is that we can't have good without evil. It has to be a balance. So there's no way that we can live in this perfect utopia.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? We can't live in a utopia. So say everything was good. If everything was good anyway, then guess what would happen? We wouldn't have no bad. So we wouldn't even have nothing to compare to bad to. Everything
Hey,
can't.
hey, kpaperchase. You remember
Yeah.
that movie, The Matrix, right?
Yeah.
You remember when you was speaking to the architect?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the very first version was what you just said was a utopia, but inside of utopia, everybody kept rejecting it because they knew something was wrong. It wasn't nothing bad. It was no evil. You know what I'm saying? So to bring
Right.
it home. So you know what I'm saying? What you just said, that's exactly the first Matrix cycle that he explained. But yeah, keep going. Let's build.
Yeah, and I see Frederica. All right, says always pay it forward. Blessing and energy come around full circle, and it does. And I know sometimes it seems like it takes so long, y'all. I mean, sometimes you get frustrated, but like I said, too much bad stuff can't keep happening. You know, eventually it's gotta be good again. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and then what we was talking about, I think we was talking about this the other day too, just about that evil and what is evil. It kind of ties into the karma because, like I said, a lot of people think that evil is a devil going around sticking people with a pitchfork, but it's not. You know, it's just a collective consciousness. It's just karma, collective karma. And people realize that people that are more evil is going to go through more evil. You ever have a friend or something that's always got some bullshit, man? Like always got some bullshit with you. Like, come on, bro, you got to get together, yo. So those people, you know what I'm saying, even if they family and stuff, you got to get away from them. Because what they're going to do is you'll be able to hold up for a little while, but they're going to wear you down. And eventually their bullshit is going to come on you. And I always be like, yo, I got strong energy. I'm the person, I can hold myself up. And I can, but it takes more energy. You know what I mean? I could be using that energy to build and try to do something else than protecting myself from, you know what I'm saying, these bad vibes. You feel me?
Hey, that I like that one. That was shot right there. Like, yeah, everybody got people like that in their life, and then it's like certain things that people can tolerate, and what's your tolerance level? You see what I'm saying? So even though it sounds like alcohol or drinking, or like nah, like dealing with people, you have a tolerance level for how much shit you can take and what type of
Right.
categories of shit you can take off in people. So you gotta spend that, and that's a resource of energy you use.
Right, right. You gotta use up your energy for that, man. I'm tired now. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah. So that's why somebody had a question about the evil thing. And an example that I use. It depends on what you call evil. To punish somebody for evil is evil in itself. Because how can we fight evil without doing evil? So to even be able to judge somebody and say, "Hey, you did this. I think you should go to jail. I actually think you should do that." That's evil, especially if the crime, the punishment is more evil than the offense. Like this is an example that I use. You ride down the street, you kill an old lady. You ain't mean to kill the old lady. You was just flying to work because you were late for work. You killed the old lady. Now they want to give you manslaughter or life in jail. To me, that's evil because first of all, it was an accident. Second of all, he didn't mean to do it, but the punishment is worse than the crime to me. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's like an iffy situation, man. Or you can look at the other situation where the people getting stoned to death. You know what I'm saying? They say, in the Middle East, if a woman is cheating on her husband, they stone her to death. But they have their religion and that stuff backing them up. So they don't see it as evil, but we see it as evil. Anytime you're doing evil to somebody, it's evil. But we can't fight crime without doing evil. So if we don't have no consequences, and if there's nobody to press that button or flip the switch or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Then how are we going to ever punish people? So that's why I said that you have to have evil. So I just wanted to go into that because that's what that last stream was about. People were scared to watch it. They thought it was some devil stuff. No, I'm disproving the devil. I'm telling you that the devil is nothing to be afraid of. Once we learn about these thought forms and evil and how it works, we can start fighting it. But we can't fight if you're too scared to watch a video because the devil is entitled. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, brother, see, that's what you do. And it's good clickbait, and then I hate to have to do it, but what you do, you give people disclaimers because okay, some people get triggered, so they hear certain words,
Mm-hmm.
and then one of the worst key elements to this is the fact that somebody's trying to learn from you, but wants something that they haven't learned, and then they go into that cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
a
boy.
yeah, you see what I'm trying to
It's
explain. This is
over.
hard
You
to
can't even
explain.
talk to him no more. It's
Yeah, you can't
over.
even talk to them no more. And the only reason why they upset and talking to you is because they want to find out what you're saying, and they blocking themselves from learning this shit.
Right. Because, hey, and I'll tell you a story, yo. It's crazy. My
Mhm,
homeboy, this was probably like 10 years ago. He came to the crib. And
mhm.
this one DVDs. He had a DVD. and the
Right.
DVD was about Jesus, but it was talking about Capius. What's his name? I can't remember his name. Cepheus, Capius, whoever the before Jesus. And he put it in there, yo. And I got mad. I actually made him take it out and take the CD out of the crib and put it in the car, yo.
You got
I was
petty
looking
on.
at myself like, damn. So I get it, man. I get it because I was
Oh,
actually
okay. So you explained it one time when you did that yourself. Okay, I get it.
right, right.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay, I
man,
get
I
it.
was like, yo, take that stuff out of my house, man. You bring the devil in here, like you.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
duh.
man. I ain't know no better, so I get it.
See, we gotta admit that, like, you know what I'm saying? It took me, well, at a young age, I understood a lot of bullshit because I just grew up seeing, you know what I'm saying, different bullshit for what it was. But it was still knowledge that I didn't attain to. You see what I'm saying? Like everybody had their own key categories and stuff that they picked up on. And some people just a beast, you know, some of them a beast, you feel me? No
Relax.
whole
I
books,
got
you know?
you, OG. Salutes, OG. My bad. Go ahead. Go
Oh no,
ahead.
no, you good, you good. Nah, salute to everybody in the building. You
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying? Gotta salute the audience. You know what I'm saying? And I've been learning how to maintain my panel present because I've been doing these janks for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
how long you been doing yours, brother?
It's been about 6 weeks.
6 weeks, for real?
Yeah, but see, I think my strength is just doing the regular video. I mean, I do lives, but I don't do as live as much. It's probably about my seventh live. But I
Okay,
do the videos and stuff. But what I like to do, I like to do my videos and do live about like what I'm doing now. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
And then yeah, but I like to do the videos, man, because I can just shoot it, do what I need to do. Hey, but the
Mhm,
live is getting better though, and build up in my house with the live too.
mhm.
But, yeah, so I'm gonna do some more live. Get that.
And let me tell you like this too. My homeboy say this. Basically, when you got good bills. And people get kind of intimidated to join the panel. So it ain't like people being funny, it's just they feel like either they ain't got nothing to kind of contribute to it, or they kind of it's the knowledge is a little intimidating. So you just you know what I'm saying? That's a good thing because you're giving out good content. You see what I'm saying? But
Right.
don't miss it, don't misinterpret that. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I got you.
I peep little details on stuff. You feel me? I pick up on shit. You feel me? And it be shit I don't know. That's why I want to know. I admit when I'm wrong to something so I can get more intelligent. So that's why I like what I call it. It's like was it like steel sharpens steel.
Yeah,
Only
that's
a
what I was about
diamond
to
can cut a
say, man.
diamond.
We got to
Hmm.
help each other. You know what I mean? Because there's some
Hmm.
areas that you better than me at that you know
Hmm.
more about. I should be able to go to you for that. And if it's something that my expertise, you should be able
Hmm.
to come to me and we should be able to build on that.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. So like or like knowledge building type stuff. What type of areas of schools of thoughts that or that's the way I would describe it that you are well versed in, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. It's crazy because the interest is so many interests. Like, I mean, I do tuning forks. I mean, I got crystals. I do energy healing. It's so much, and I got to the point where not that I master it, because of course I don't know everything about crystals. I still use them every day, but I don't teach about them as much because I moved on to the tuning forks. You know what I'm saying? Crystal grids. It's just like I said, mental hacks. Anything that can help us. Like, give me them binaural beats. Give me the hemi sync before I go to bed. You know what I mean? Meditation, anything like that that's going to clear our mind. Just let us be able to tap in. And we are tapping in. I feel like I can tap in with people a whole lot more. So there's definitely something going on with the consciousness. Because I don't even really have to be talking in person. I can just tap into people. You know what I'm saying? So you probably feel that too. But yeah, it's something definitely going on with that.
Oh yeah, but see, I like to call it spiritual. You know what I'm saying? But like when I say spiritual, I don't mean religion or spiritual like
Yeah, it's all good,
practices and
man.
stuff.
It's all good,
When
yo.
I say spiritual, I mean like the energy realm. You
Right.
feel me? Like the yeah. Man, so when I speak about it, this ain't really something that's taught or easily like we understand. Like you know how you say something definitely going on. My
Mhm.
way of explaining it, yeah, it's shit going on, and people be realizing, notice or stay or woke to it, and then the common thing is people will ask you to try to explain it, knowing damn well you can't explain it. So they
My
know you're gonna lose that. You feel they know you're gonna lose
there
that.
be so much stuff going on. I don't have no words sometimes. Sometimes I
Yeah.
just be getting stuck. Like I can't really explain it. So sometimes you talking too much because you're trying to get that. You're trying to get it out.
You know,
Yeah.
that karma thing. So what I do, I try to help other people build their platforms and communities while not asking for a return, but it just giving. So my karma, it works for me. You feel me? Like I
Yeah,
might not have money to cash up or nothing like that, but I definitely got good content. And if I'm knowledgeable on something that somebody that's one of the people that I'm subscribed to, people, the part of the community, I add my resources to my knowledge and intelligence and wisdom to it. You see what I'm saying? And then naturally, I don't really do that for something that really don't interest or intrigue my brain. You see what I'm saying? I'm actually getting more out of it at this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like not a double win, but it's like a triple win. You feel me? Without
right,
no money being involved. You feel me?
right, and we help each other. I mean, look
Hmm.
on here. Salute to you. Salute to Big Dog Philly OG. He
Hmm.
always here. He always going to be there. He always going to let you on. So it's
Yeah,
people like that. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Chief Crazy overstanding. You know what I mean? Everybody's in here supporting each other. We got Key Norfolk. He ain't in the building. I text him too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Probably at work. You know how? Yeah, that man be working. He be on. He be
Oh
on.
yeah. Slaughter the key.
Oh,
Shout out
yeah.
the Key Norfolk. Yeah, he be having some great bills too. Hey, like, I ain't gonna lie, I was Lord Rip when the last one I had to get kicked out. But I tell niggas that shit.
Oh,
No,
yo,
no,
I,
no, no.
I
Listen,
heard
listen.
some of it. I heard the first part of it. What happened, man?
Nah, nah, nah. It probably wasn't a bad one. My shit wasn't
Bro,
bad.
when he
It's
was like,
like
"It's my show."
I always I know. Look. Put it this way: if I'm lit, kick me out. I ain't gonna take it bad. I understand.
Yeah,
Like I ain't like I do the same shit. It's a difference if a motherfucker lit and know some bullshit with some agenda. But if a nigga lit and don't kind of realize he lit, yo, kick me off, bro. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That shit is funny. Like Sanchez be kicking off Madonna. That should be so funny.
Like you can see the shit coming too. I said, oh shit. I realized it won't like a chill session. Like this nigga really serious in building. I'm like in chill
Yeah,
mode.
and then
So
you will come
so I
with that
fucked it.
bullshit all the time. You always got some bullshit to say. He was like, "You ain't say that yesterday." He's like, "You banned, man." That shit was funny as hell, man. But yo, you gotta come with some integrity sometimes. Sometimes we gotta say, "Hey, I'm wrong." I mean, at least to not look stupid because it's just about learning. It's just like a conscious environment. You're supposed
Yeah,
to,
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be able to do that, man.
So I take that L, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we be having some good powerful builds and I wanna do more and do some more content. But it's like this, let it naturally grow. We don't want to genetically modify this shit and we don't need outside help. All
Right,
we
right,
gotta do, we slowly level up our content. Not only the content itself, but the layout, like having
right.
the intros,
Gotta
all
do
that shit.
everything. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
that's the hardest thing sometimes trying to differentiate. Hey, what's up, Rashard? Thanks for joining. Peace, my brother.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. So
Trying to separate yourself from and then basically separate yourself and just giving your genuine content, something
right,
that you
exactly.
genuinely like, something
That's
you
what I was
genuinely
just about
like,
to say.
something you genuinely good at. Once
Right,
you get that shit out, do it free as a hobby, and then you might make money off the shit. Because people looking to just some people just want to make money. Everybody thought I was like, damn, I can make. Nah, fuck that. If you generally doing something you like and you good at it, do that. It's gonna generate. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm
right.
saying?
And that's what they used to tell me. Yo, what's your niche? You gonna go to crystal thing? So at first, when I did it, I was just about crystals. But yo, my niche gonna be what I like to do. I'm the niche. You see what I'm saying?
There you
So
go.
if you like me and you know what kind of stuff I be talking about, I'm the niche. So whatever I feel like doing, I'm gonna do. Like I said, that's why I went ahead and released that devil video because it's not nothing that bad. It's telling you to not believe in the devil, not be afraid. So I
Yeah,
love
I'm gonna
you.
have to watch that video too.
Yeah, let
I'm
me
gonna have
know
to
what
watch
you
that
think,
video.
man. Yeah,
That's
definitely
it.
let me know what you think. So the video before that, oh, we got Big Dog, Philly OG on the panel. Salute.
Grand Rising. Much love
Man,
and respect
rise.
to everybody.
Grand
Flat
Rising.
motherfucking power to the flat
Black
power family.
motherfucking power.
Salute, big dog. Good to hear from you, bro.
Hey, what's up, man?
All good, man. Falling back, listening to you. You know, y'all brothers build. Much respect. King Genocide, kpaperchase, everybody in the house.
No
Kato.
Yeah, salutes, Kato. Thanks for joining, man. Yeah, we're just talking about just how to try to make it a little easy for us because we have special challenges sometimes. So I feel like if we put our brains together, we can come up with the next thing. Just try to do something. You just try to do something, and it's going to happen. It's happening now. We don't even know it. Like I said, with that karma, everything that we're doing now is contributing to the bigger picture, whether we can see it now or not. So all this is positive. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you know what I want? I want us to have like a network that where like we got BlackTube and it's an app and you can put on your Roku device and all our channels and shit pop up on it. So we got our own content. We don't have outside, you know what I'm saying?
That's right. And guess who can write the code for us?
Oh, somebody we got somebody who good at that? Because I'm
Yeah,
trying to learn that shit.
ChatGPT.
Okay,
You
okay.
can write
'Cause
computer code, man. Say, hey, write me a code for an app. It will actually write the code, man. I said,
okay.
wow. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm not a coder, man. Them zeros and ones, that binary shit, man. I started learning that, but I ain't really get that far. You know what I mean?
I know basic coding. Like I even made games on the graphing calculators back when I was in geometry class, but like I gotta like that shit is a lot to learn and they got updated systems and
But
stuff.
you don't
So
even have to learn it. You can go to GitHub,
GitHub.
Zeppelin. They got sites that you can just go to and copy the code. But now, you know what I'm saying? If you got that, you can get them to do. I'm gonna look into that later on. You know what I'm saying? Like you be trying to do a lot of stuff. Like I said, focus on that energy. I'm gonna try to calm down and just focus on this for a little while.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I'll be able to do that. So yeah, man. I did have a question. I had a question about the MK Ultra video, right? So the MK Ultra video that I did, the guy had some questions, and his question was about handlers. So he wanted to know, like, people who are under MK mind control. You know, how do their handlers work? All right, and y'all can come in anytime you want to.
All right, so MK Ultra, for people who don't know what MK Ultra is, it was a government program, basically mind control, where they was test subject in different people, whether they was like ex-military or like homeless people, this and the third, and they was doing psychological experiments, testing drugs like LSD, hooking people up with hookers. I mean, the story sounds like it's bullshit, and that's just the tip of the iceberg, the shit that we know about. But basically, now when you come into things like handlers, so y'all might have been aware about, and I'm speaking to the audience. You see what I'm saying? I like doing that because I know sometimes the audience don't know this stuff. So to catch y'all up, like when the Kanye West situation, that guy who he identified as his handler, and you seen that message that man sent to him. I'm gonna land the plane right there. You know,
Yeah, so the handlers, these are people, because if you're under mind control, especially if you went through all that MK Ultra, and especially with the electrodes and all this crazy stuff, you have a handler because these people can't really be by themselves. So a lot of time they glitch, and you know, they have these problems where they might glitch. So that handler is somebody that always keeps them on point, like, and they have certain triggers. So somebody could trigger you by saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's your trigger. So that automatically triggers you to go into a certain alter or different ego. Because the purpose of MK Ultra is to shatter your personality. So that means you have different personalities, and the personalities don't know what each other are doing. So you could train an assassin and put a let's say they put a unalive myself program in there. You know what I'm saying? That would make them a Manchurian candidate. So this person would be able to go and kill and do what they want to do. When they come back, they snap their hands, they hit the little thing with the spoon 3 times, like, and get out.
Oh, you said Manchurian Candidate, right?
Yeah, Manchurian.
See, most people don't even know what that is.
Remember his mom, because he was trying to, and the mom was like, "Come here," whatever his name was, and he went back there and had sex with the mama. So I said, yeah. So he was under mind control, and his mother was his handler, because she knew how to do stuff to make him do it, you know, what she wanted to do.
Okay, I explain it. You know,
I would say most of that happens in a psychiatric hospital.
Yeah, definitely.
But it happens on TV too. So like when you hear a hook, they repeat the same
TV
thing.
ain't real though. That's the problem.
No. Check it out.
TV real. It ain't real.
You know how you got a rap song? You know how you got a rap song and they keep repeating the same lyrics, but a person saying the same lyrics. It's just like a hypnotist. They'll clap and then you start barking like a dog or something like that. There's certain tricks and tools that they use into us, like they'll use a seductive beat, a hypnotizing beat, and somebody be like, "I'ma shoot," and then that's all you say, "I'ma shoot." Then before you know it, you out there shooting. I'm just playing it to its core basis. That ain't a good example, but y'all get the gist of what I'm saying.
So many examples. If we look at this, all right, here go an example right here. Let me tell you about this chick. she just went crazy. I just be watching it because I just think it's funny as hell, man. Like,
Oh, she broke down. She broke down. Yep, people mysteriously collapsing. Hold on,
I don't
hold up,
know, man. That shit
hold up,
just
hold up,
funny.
hold up. Did somebody say in their earpiece act like you about to collapse?
She ran on live television.
Look, did somebody? You know how to get an earpiece? Did
Yeah.
somebody say in their earpiece act like you about to collapse?
Right, right. You know what I think it was? You
She
gotta
had to
realize.
piss and they
Okay,
wouldn't
so
let her
who was
stop
her
taping.
handler? So do you know who her handler was?
Look, she had to piss and they wouldn't stop taping, so she
No,
had to act like she
she's doing
passed
the
out.
little slow motion.
Slow
So
motion
yeah, so
fumble.
her handler was her husband, right? Because this man was all
Oh,
behind the scenes doing everything, pulling on the string. As soon as she left him, he started to get messed up.
I
She
like
started to get
turtles.
messed up. You know what I'm saying? So, that was her handler. So that's how these handlers work. There's so many examples of these stars. They even had Beyonce looking at the Lakers game. I ain't pull up all these videos, but she just looking like spaced out. Like, what the hell, Beyonce?
Oh yeah, we
You
pulled up
know
the one Jay.
who her handler would be? It would be Jay-Z. Most of the time, the handler is somebody that like their husband or their spouse, because they need to be around them all the time. Because if Beyonce glitch up, Jay-Z got to be there to be, snap her
Yeah.
back or whatever.
Hey, but I think and vice versa at the same time. I think she'll handle that at the same time too.
And that can happen from basically being tired. You can collapse.
Yeah.
Exhaustion,
Yeah.
extreme exhaustion.
And yeah, she had some other issues going on too. You know what I'm saying? She was sick and stuff, and you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it could be that, but still, I think she was under something because she was doing too much.
Now, I do agree. Most of the ones in Hollywood, they may have a handler. Ones that's dealing with the government may have a handler.
Mm-hmm. They do. My dad was in the military, and he told me a lot of stuff, man. And he used to tell me, that they would try to do. He got out of it, but I think that's how I got selected because I passed these tests. So I got selected for this academically gifted program. And this program would take, I was the only one from my school, but they had different kids from different schools. And they would take us to this room and they would like hypnotize us and shit, man. Real talk. They would hypnotize us. We would try to do the remote viewing. They would say, guess what's in the box? We learned how to leave our body. We learned all of this. Like when
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
elementary school. It wasn't regular curriculum. All this stuff was like mystery school shit.
You was being recruited for the psychic soldiers.
Yeah, so he does good. He does good when we doing the remote viewing and stuff. When we try to figure out what's in the box, I always did that. But my mom took me out. They put my sister in it the next year. So when they tried to get my sister, my mom took both of us out. And I asked her, I was like, "Yo, why did you do that?" And she just said that she didn't trust the people.
Yep.
I'm going around. They taught me how to heal pain. I was a little kid going around like, I'm going to heal your pain, so it's kind of weird.
Hey, so let me tell you like this. That might sound stupid, right? But we manifest, like, we got an energy that flows outside our body. Like when you walk into a room, the atmosphere changes. If you got it, look, the room could be fucked up. You might be one of these people who went to a fucked up job, but because you a good worker, you got a good aura. Everybody be like, yeah. So, like when I go to work, they be like, hey, King here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be happy and stuff. We can actually bend. Okay, you remember the Matrix where Neo was, and he was with the Indigo children, and they was doing the things that they was doing the psychic things, right? And he said he was asking about how to bend the spoon. The kid was explaining, you don't have to bend the spoon, you got to bend your own mind. Then you can bend the things around, or you can influence the things around you. Damn, I explained it. Look, I'm gonna land it right there. Look.
Exactly. That's what it is, bro.
And I'm not even able to say or understand to think of stuff like that unless I got like-minded people like y'all around me. So shout out to y'all for getting that out of the King genocide. Right? Thanks.
Yeah, because if that energy ain't flowing right, people have a way to kind of talk bad about stuff that they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? They have a way of doing it or being afraid of it or not wanting to even look at that. So that's a good thing. Frederica said, but do you all understand that now she doesn't have to pay him anymore? Okay, I got a little late to that comment. What was that about? She don't have to pay him anymore.
Because we was talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce, a couple.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Who
yeah.
else? Did we talk about any other females, or was it
Oh
just
no, Wendy Williams. Wendy
Wendy
Williams.
Williams? Okay.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what it
okay.
was.
That's who it
Right. She
was.
don't have to pay that man no more. Exactly right. Yep. She don't have to pay him. But good for her. But she's still flipping out, man. She ain't been right since. I'm telling you.
Okay.
They have a way of messing with your mind. And then that mind control, they have to reprogram you every 10 years or so because that shit started going away. That's why we got Martin Lawrence walking around crazy, Dave Chappelle, Mariah Carey. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets to that stage where they just lose it. Kanye, and then they put him in. He came back with blonde hair, like looking dazed out.
I'm gonna tell you what happens, right?
I said,
People thinking their ego, right? And when they create these celebrity names, like okay, like my name, King Genocide, that's a celebrity name. And if I get enough money and attention, corruption corrupts people. Then you create an alter ego, the way you try to live and perform this alter ego, but you're still you really want to be yourself. And there's a confliction between the karma and it becomes an imbalance. And then this when you see the glitch in the matrix where you see the MK Archer programmer breaks down. See, they've been rewritten into this matrix by the machine. Good.
The devil making them do it. It's that programming that's making them do it. It's a mental, actually physiological thing that's making them do it. It ain't the devil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the devil is lived backwards. The word lived, devil.
Well, it didn't start jumping off real good until Adam and Eve ate the apple, right? That's when they figured out everything. It's like, hey.
So you want to hear my school of thought? My school of thought is more biblical, but I don't.
It's all good, man. Hey, you believe what you believe. Hey.
All right. So when Adam and Eve got that knowledge thereof, then we became flesh beings, and then realized we was naked. We were spirit beings. Mm-hmm. So us getting the clothes, that's us becoming into the flesh, and then being able to lose time and die. You get what I'm saying? See, we are gods, but our days are limited.
From a biblical perspective, where do you think all humans were created from Adam and Eve, or
no? There was more, because when Cain left the town, he left to a different town. When he left after he killed his brother and God punished him, he went to a whole nother town.
So the Bible already there.
The Bible's telling you that by saying that.
Oh, okay. Because
most pastors won't say that shit
because that's incest and everything.
Yeah. No bullshit. So when you read it, and it's right there in Genesis, it says when Cain, he was banished, he was cursed, God cursed him, and they say he left to another town and then got married.
Hey, that's the problem with the Bible. Everybody got their own interpretation.
But the Bible says that. Hold on, big dog. And I know you don't rock with the Bible, and I appreciate you letting me say this shit. No, big dog.
That's all good.
No, big dog.
I'm just saying, if this no one in the village is no one in the village. People want to put people in the village.
No. So Cain went to a different town.
Don't change the story.
No.
Leave it the way it is.
Yeah. People be fucking that up, but they don't read that part. And then most people don't even read the Bible. So like, you know how when y'all be doing high level builds and stuff, but people don't know what you're talking about, and then they don't go research the shit. You see what I'm saying? But if you just read the Bible, says that after Cain got punished, he went to another town. So that tells you.
Know, where did these people from another town? Were they was already there when God made Adam and Eve, or?
Now let me tell you. Now the serpent was the most subtle beast in the field.
Hey, more imaginary people.
No, hold on.
Imaginary people on top of imaginary people.
He heard what I was trying to say. See, I'm speaking what you call a parable right now, bro. Because I can't say this shit like I want to, or I sound like not you, kpaperchase, not you, big dog.
Genocide. Hold on. The same way they discovered America, it was nobody here.
Nah, we was already. I mean, we would be here. Yeah, man. That's why they hide in the Grand Canyon. You can't even fly over the Grand Canyon. If that shit ain't nothing but rocks, why we worried about going to Mars and the moon, but we can't even fly over the Grand Canyon? I mean, that shit tell me something right there. Look, we can't go to Antarctica, but the world has a peace treaty against nobody. Everybody got a peace treaty in Antarctica. That's crazy. Does that make any sense? Like,
Oh, they hiding stuff in Antarctica. So
Thank
you
you,
know what I'm
thank you.
saying? Yeah, they don't want regular people to go there.
See, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna go say it. I'm about to say why we can't fly over the Grand
And
Canyon.
it ain't Santa Claus they hide neither.
Right, and you can't even fly over Antarctica. If the Earth is flat, how are you gonna fly across Antarctica? This is the ice wall all the way around. You
They
know what I
scared
mean?
you might see
See that
five
ice wall?
5 to 7. I believe there's 5 to 7 more continents.
Oh
They
yeah,
say it could be 5 to 12 more continents. One
yeah,
of the schools of thought say that we actually the working class over here, whether how rich you are, and they actually control us from the outside. That's a theory. A whole bunch of shit that I be hearing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, yeah, man. Oh, it's probably stuff out there that we don't even.
Do you think there's a breakaway civilization on the moon or on Mars? Like from us, like that we just ain't told the public?
Nah, I think I'm with the flatter. I don't really believe in outer space. Like we can, I don't really think we can get
Okay,
out.
okay, good, good. I like that. I like that.
Can't really get out of here.
Flat motherfucking power,
That
man.
motherfucking
Oh,
power.
okay, okay. So
Cause,
let me.
cause, cause basically what they're doing, they're stealing your imagination with that space shit. You could put your imagination somewhere else. Take it
And
out of
I
that
used to dream
spaceship.
about that as a little kid. I was fascinated with space, man. Like light speed. I was just so fascinated with it, man. It was crazy. It was really something I was like into.
Nah, that shit there, but they lied. Their interpretations a lie to what we've been saying. So like, I see the news, they show us shit, and then they lie as they showing the shit. Did you get what I'm saying? And then they be straight up lies with the false pictures and shit too. But so look at
Yeah,
it like this.
Photoshop and
Let me
They
ask
are
y'all.
all they are all illuminated light,
Let me
nothing
ask both of
more.
y'all a quick question. This is
You
important for me.
can't land on them
Hey, big
because
dog.
they light.
So you rock with the the flat Earth, right? So I heard a different couple of schools of thoughts on the flat Earth. Okay, big dog, your flat Earth. Just a quick, brief summary. Like, is it the flat plane? Is it the half sphere? Or it's a couple of schools because I've been researching it. You see what I'm saying? So I want to hear your school of thought, and that's the way I consider it a school of thought. You feel me? Like,
I keep shit real simple. Mic check, mic check.
my check. Can you
might
loud
check.
and clear? Loud and clear.
Yeah, you know, we walk on and they can't only build on a flat level ground. I keep it real basic. You know, there's no satellites up in the sky. They're using GPS. I keep it real simple, brother. But basically, you know, it's a collection of what the ancestors basically put the blueprint out, and that's motherfucking flat power. But my basic is, like I said, that you walk on a flat plane, you can only build on a flat plane.
Right.
You got it.
Okay, so hold on, big dog. So is an ice wall on the end at the outer ring?
Okay, so this is the ice wall right here. The ice wall goes all the way around the flat Earth. So actually, north is in towards the center, and south is towards the ice wall. So see, if you look at this model right here, you can't fly over Antarctica because you're gonna get caught by that wall. Now, supposedly, once you get through that wall, there's supposed to be some places maybe through here that you can get through. That's when you get to the other worlds because I think they're all separated by an ice wall. We have that other flat Earth picture which shows, all the universes. Let me see if I can
So
find it.
like mid girl, Asgard, the seven heavens. Like the Bible explains 7 heavens, and when he created Earth, he called it heaven and called it good also. So
Mhm.
so this ain't the realm. Like, so for somebody who don't believe in flat Earth but believe in the Bible, they teaching the same shit. They just saying it different.
They even talk about the four corners of the Earth.
Yep. From the four corners of the earth, the winds blew and the angels came. Yep.
Yeah, so much that they talk about. So I definitely think it. I definitely think it's true. And then people were asking like, okay, so why the flat Earth? Like, why do you want to? Why would they lie about something like that? Why would
Hold
they?
on. Let me give you one reason why. See, anytime they start telling us something and start giving us information about something, and then keep telling us over and over again, putting a ball spear in your face in
They,
kindergarten,
hey, they lied
indoctrinating.
about flat Earth because they don't want us to have free energy. They making us pay
What?
water and electric bills. That's why they don't want us to know about
Climate
So
change.
flat
that's why they don't
motherfucking
talk
tires.
about the magnetism. That's why they don't talk about
Exactly.
that shit. You know what I'm saying? None of that because it's free. Like Tesla used to do. He had shit going through his body. You know what I mean? Like energy and stuff. That's right. They don't want us to
Hold
know.
on. He said solve the equation of 369. What is that about?
The what?
369. Tesla said something about
Yeah,
solve.
good. Oh, that's
Thank
good.
you. Thank
Okay,
you.
okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about. Oh, that's perfect.
I'm
All
one
right.
of the people, bro. I'm one of the people. When I finally meet one of the people, I say that shit and see where you at with it. Test the water. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. So supposedly what happens, the 369 is what the universe is built out of. So what I did, I even called one of my homeboys. This was a couple of years. I don't know if I want to tell. Anyway, all right. So the 369.
Nah, do it. Do all the shit. Pull out all the stops. Look, you
All right,
got.
okay,
I'm a
all right,
student.
all right,
I'm a
fuck,
student.
fuck,
I'm a
fuck,
student.
all right,
I'm a student right now. You feel me?
all right, all right. So I called my sister and I called my homeboy because 369 came up and I watched a Tesla video and it was saying how these are the numbers to creation. So 3, 6, and 9 are always going to equal 3, 6, and 9. So I was trying to think about it. So I just meditated on it, man. I just meditated, and I don't know. This might not really be a coincidence, but anyway, I meditated. I did my little visualization, and I got a job, and my job added up to those numbers. So I was just like my salary did. So I was like, that's wild. And what my homeboy did, I think he left the bill. I think what happened to him is some kind of paper came out with 369. It doesn't resonate with everybody, but I did meditate on it.
So let me tell you what it is.
Or
So that's
create.
basically the divine energy and the matrix, the real matrix, not the made up human construct, but the real matrix.
Well,
It was expressing itself, and it was. I would say it was giving spiritual receipts. I hate to say it like that, but that's confirmation. Well, you know how we say we seeing confirmation. That was whatever you seen in that shit. They won't. It might be. It was bullshit to other people. It was real to you, but it's still. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Me, somebody like me, it resonates. You feel me?
yeah, and they said 9 creates all numbers, or all numbers come from the 9. So 3 and 6 are made by 9. And see, like I said, I didn't understand that, but I meditated on it. And
Hold on, I'll explain it. I heard it. So you don't have 0 per se. You got 1 to 9. 9 is the end. So 9 begins a cycle to the last, back to the 1. So all numbers got to come from 9.
all right, so let's go through the numbers, yo. So we got.
Let's go.
All right, so we got 1. That's just 1 point. That's just 1 point, right? So when we get to 2, there's a point right here, there's a point right there. So that makes a line. 3 is the trinity. That's when you have the triangle. Right? 4 is the square. And then if you look, 5 is going to be a square with a dot in it. So that's going to be like the pyramid, and you're going to see those 5 points. All right.
Would you say these are dimensions?
Yeah, like these are dimensions, like the dimensions, and I guess how they relate to the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as the 5, I don't know how the 5 dimension works. I don't know how that works as far as the 5, but I do know that is the pyramid that has the 4 dots on the end and the 5 right there in the middle.
I think the 5th dimension would probably be the housing of 1 through 4.
The 5th dimension, yeah, because it is.
Yeah.
And then you got that spot in the middle.
Yeah.
And I know that 6 is when you're spiraling up. So you're spiraling up with that 6, and the 7 is the angle, the angel. 7 is the completion. I know that 8 is the infinity. So when you get to say, all right, so this is how you use the new.
Yeah. Let's go.
Listen, if it's something that you're trying to do, something that you're trying to complete. And if you got a choice to do it on the 7th or the 8th, do it on the 7th, because the 7th is the number of completion. You got anything to do with angels or angles? Now, I never understood that, like how an angel is an angle. I know you don't know about that.
So you got 4 pillars of earth, the 4 cherubim. They would be the 4 angles or the 4 corners of the earth. The 4 angels, the 4 cherubims of the earth.
Okay, but that's the 7, the completion.
And then you got the 7 archangels. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. So 7 is completion. So anything that I'm trying to complete, and if I have a choice to use the number 7, I use it. 8 is infinite, because if you flip the 8 on the side, that's infinity.
Yes.
When you want it to last forever or whatever, you just use your numbers and how you do your regular thing. And then 9 like you said, it's a spiral because that spirals back down to the zero, which
Yep.
everything comes from.
It's a snake eating itself.
The
It's a
zero.
snake eating itself. You
Right.
know how you see the snake eating itself, but it's described as a circle where you see the snake eating its own tail. So it's recycling back to one, which makes a zero. Look, damn.
Right. Everything comes from zero because you gotta have nothing to make something. You know
There you
what I mean?
go. There you go. You got to return back to nothing to get back to the one. You've
Right.
So the matrix explains this. You got to go back to the source. Source isn't a number of measurements. Source is just source.
Zero or nothing or darkness or you know what I'm saying?
Hold on, beyond zero. So beyond zero, nothing doesn't exist. Nothing, you can't explain nothing because nothing exists. But the higher understanding, nothing is just source. Everything.
Right, exactly. It's everything comes from. Yeah.
There you go. You got that right.
But it's nothing, but it's everything. You know what I mean?
Hey, most people couldn't catch or do a build like that, bro. Hey, kpaperchase, I appreciate you bearing with me because I'm not the best one to sharpen swords with or a diamond cut.
Hey, it's like King Genocide. It's like science explains nothing.
It does.
That's what we're talking about.
You know what science explains?
Nothing.
Science explains measurements. Science explains measurements between one man at a small specific time, and then for a true science experience to actually.
Science explains nothing.
Yeah, is that? Oh, yeah. Science explains there's true essence of nothing. Yep, it looks like the true essence of nothing. Science is insanity in itself. They should be what it is. It's alchemy. They trying to perform alchemy, but calling it science, so they don't look like alchemists.
But calling it science.
Like we literally can turn lead into other shit nowadays, though. Turning lead into gold is alchemy, and for people who don't know or heard about it in the movie or some shit. Nah, we literally are changing fate. Food, and we are doing that. Like they call it scientific breakthroughs. That shit is alchemist shit.
And did you see the damn diamond that they grew? This is the largest lab-grown diamond. I was like, who would even want that shit?
I ain't even seen it. Tell me about it.
This diamond they grew because now they're growing diamonds. I'm like, all right, y'all growing diamonds.
Hey, that's what I'm smoking on, some diamond.
What the game diamond? Oh, that's the name of the chronic.
No, that's the name of the wax.
Okay, yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
man,
so
diamonds, some golden diamonds right there. I just dipped something in it, yo. I'm trying to tell
now check this out, right? Trigger warning.
Hey, shout out to executive session.
Hey, look, trigger warning. Look,
Sponsor Richard.
People like visuals and people like breakdowns and explanations. We don't believe in the magic man in the sky. Disclaimer alert. But look, with that being said, let's keep you feel because motherfuckers ask you that question in the middle of you trying to break down some high level shit. You feel like you're like,
yeah. Hey, I just pulled it up because you asked about it. So
no, I want to know.
Yeah, so according to to the ancient cosmology, this is the seven heavens. So here the invisible pillars. The sky is hanging from the sky dome. If you notice the stars,
or the seven levels of ether.
There you go. I like that.
Yes. And then if you look right there, all the stars are inside that dome. First heaven is the stars. Second heaven is the moon. Third heaven is Mercury. Fourth heaven is Venus. Fifth heaven is Sun. Sixth heaven is Mars. Seventh heaven is Saturn. I just pulled this up. I haven't really studied it, but this is something that just showed the seven heavens. And then
that's good shit right there.
Yeah, that throne of God is right there between all seven. So if you think about it, really, these seven heavens, to me, it seems like the atmosphere, the exosphere, the stratosphere. You know what I'm saying? It seems like it's similar to that. I guess that's the way.
Or what they call the Van Allen belt.
Oh Lord, yeah. Okay, so
that would be similar to the Van Allen belt.
No, they say there's Van Allen belts. So yeah,
there's a lot of it. And probably that last belt is that seventh, that canopy that we can't get through. You know what I'm saying?
The dome.
Get into outer space because that dome is right there.
Hey, now let me tell you something. Y'all ever seen the phenomenon of seeing sparrows in the sky? If you ever seen that, that's actually been declassified as people doing rocket testing to try to see if they can leave. You remember when they said, "Oh, we got a small window to be able to leave out"? When they taught us in space and NASA, when we was kids, they telling you they can't escape the shit. So when you see that, that's the shit rocket. That's the shit trying to do its best to get out of it, and it can't escape it. Like act like it's a membrane or something that's
Right.
protecting us and keeping us here at the same time.
But what they also do, they show the show the rocket going off to a certain point. Then they change the camera angle.
No,
Right.
I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about that part. I'm talking about when you see the spirals in the sky thing. That's actually them. When they really try to do it, they can't escape it. That's what it looks like.
Now and then you look there.
Yeah, they ain't really trying to do it though. That's the point.
Oh, they
They're
testing.
just,
They testing it out.
No, they're just stealing taxpayers' money.
Money. Yeah, that too. Yeah, that too.
Billions of dollars, and they say they went to the moon, but now they said, "Oh, we couldn't get to the moon because
all that shit is happening.
Oh, look, let me say. Let me.
Hold on. All that shit is happening in Disney World Studios.
They say we can't reproduce the technology.
It's too painful. It's too painful to do now.
But we got there in the '60s, but we can't get there no more. It's been Alan Belts. We don't have the technology.
Yep. That's exactly what he said. That's exactly. I'm like, hold up. Right. But now they talking about that China get droids or robots on the other side of the moon. Yeah, our government and our media is actually saying shit like this and saying and they saying it's another race to Mars. Like it's all bullshit. It's a fucking lie.
Exactly.
Either we already there, or we ain't never gonna get there.
Just real quick.
Whatever they tell us.
You talked about China. Let's talk about their fake sun they created.
Oh yeah,
so
the
we
sun
creating
simulator.
Fake suns, right?
So there's a patent for the sun simulator. What he's talking about? It's a patent for the sun simulator. The
exactly.
Fake sun.
It's a patent for the goddamn moon too. All that shit. None of it ain't real.
For the moon.
You remember they showed that shit in The Simpsons when Mr. Burns made that big ass shit to blot out the shit?
Wow.
You remember that shit, right? You thought Mr. Burns was joking.
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah. I do a whole video about that shit. The sun simulator and blocking out the moon. And blocking out the sun. Like it's so much shit, yo. And people been caught it. Like I even caught one day when I woke up, right? And I seen the sun out, and it was full, but it was red for like an hour, and I could just see that shit and stare at it, no problem. And then the clouds kind of got in front of it, and then it's like the real sun popped up. It was weird, bro. It's like that shit was way behind, like the real sun was like way behind it. Or something. I don't know the way that shit, and then when I try to, you ever look, the next time you have a full moon or something, try to take a picture with your phone and watch it not show up right. Like the full moon could be big as hell to you visually, and on your phone it's still gonna be small unless you got a good ass telescope.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
So like not only are we faking shit as humans, but the things we think of kind of happen in the Matrix way that's kind of is real, but it ain't what we get told.
I guess it's real to us because we living in this, in this simulation or whatever. So I guess it's real to us because this is what we know for life.
So okay. So another random question I got, Big Dog, kpaperchase. What about Algothera, Hollow Earth? Do y'all believe in Hollow Earth or Inner Earth?
No, I haven't got to the Hollow Earth yet. Yeah, I can't say that I believe in that. What you think, OG?
Same thing here, brother. I don't fuck with it.
Yeah, so now let me tell you, for me, I ain't saying I fuck with it
because it involves space and stuff and aliens and shit, right?
Yeah, depending on who's talking about it. But now listening to it from this point, did you know? Okay, so 70% of the Earth's surface is water, right? But did you know there's more water inside the Earth than is on the outside? Ain't that crazy?
Oh yeah, inside
the Earth? Yes. So it's gotta be
inside the flat Earth.
No, not flat Earth, just
round Earth. Okay, that's okay. I got you.
But what it is, they say, and then they could mean it's flat Earth. Either which way they say. Okay, so it's and we only
see, but even look at that flat Earth map we looking at. It's a lot of blue on the flat plane.
Yeah, but think about
there's a lot of water on that jump.
Think about more water inside the Earth, though. That's crazy. That shit is amazing.
It kind of makes sense.
You remember the movie Aquaman?
You know, because I mean, basically, you know, I couldn't see a river up top other than clouds.
Oh yeah, that's a river in the sky. I mean, come on now, all that water to pour down. Come on now, it'd be, man. Like, how does that shit even happen? That shit ain't. They'll never be able to explain that shit. They could give us some shit on the worksheet, and the shit still never explains that shit. And time proves that they keep re-explaining that shit. At least you know they don't know
Yeah,
what the
see,
fuck they talk about.
I rock with all that. I just the throne of God. I can't.
No, and I said disclaimer.
I
The
can't
throne
believe
of
that.
God.
You know what I mean?
Disclaimer.
Hold on,
That's that mythology.
hold on, big dog. I'm not talking for you, but I got you on this one. Like I said,
Now I
disclaimer.
got me.
No. Hold on. Listen
It
to
ain't no
hold on.
disclaimer.
Listen to your little
I
brother.
stand what I stand on,
Hold
brother.
on. Listen to the young line. Listen to young OG. Now check this out, right? We don't believe in the magical man in the sky. Just the representation of the create. However, this shit got created. That's the representation. That's the words we use to explain that. Like, we can't even explain ourselves
The
because we got
throne of dog.
no, and people do that. Trust me, the devil in us tricks us from
Hey,
understanding the God in us.
ain't that what you just did a minute ago? Turned the word live to
Yes, sir. Yes,
Is it your
sir.
devil?
okay.
So was it? Yeah, devil is live, right?
Yes, sir. Evil. Hold on. Isn't it evil to live backwards? I got that from Loaded
Oh,
Exactly.
Locks.
evil. Okay, it's
Exactly.
No,
evil. Not
I
devil.
said lived in devil earlier. I said that one earlier, but now I'm saying this one. Yeah. So I'm gonna give
Because
another
you
one
know,
off
people
shot.
think evil is the
You
devil.
know I'm only fucking with y'all.
No,
Much
I know.
respect
No.
to
I
The
love,
everybody.
devil is the
hey,
source of
big
all
dog.
evil.
I'm
Every
all fuck with
evil
you.
come from this dude with the pitchfork. That's what
It's
we.
funny. It's funny that I be saying shit, but my brother, he don't rock with some of the shit I'm saying, but he'll get out what he's saying, but it's still sharpening steel. It's diamonds cutting diamonds. It ain't no bullshit out there. I appreciate it.
Right.
Hey,
Hey, King Genocide, just for me.
yes.
God and the devil are both imaginary characters that don't exist.
Mm,
Hold
That's
on.
just me.
But now
mm.
think about it. Now God and the devil are in us. We are the God and the devil that got made up in society. Not us individually, but as an
No,
individual
nah,
construct.
I can't say it's a
Hold on.
mindset to me.
No. Yeah,
It's
you're right. Like
it's
money,
a
like
mindset.
monetary,
It's nothing that,
like the monetary system. The God and devil system is something that humans made up. That's actually real. You get what I'm saying? Like,
like I always say, man created religion to enslave and control man.
yes.
Man
That's
created it. It ain't nothing
religion.
that a supreme entity created it.
Hey,
Man created it.
big dog. Let's do the breakdown of the word religion. So they say religion, just like it's a holiday. No, that's supposed to be a holy day. No, not religion. No, legion, like that motherfucker Lazarus had, and they want you to keep being Lazarus, so they can try to heal you.
Here go your buddy King.
Okay. What's up?
Right here.
What we got?
Cause cause you know kpaperchase. I was a Muslim for about 30 years. I practiced Islam. I didn't practice Christianity.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean? But I denounce all of that shit. Islam too. All of it. It's all mythology.
hmm Yeah, I think that the religions, because we got to go back before the religions were even created, and all of the religions seem to do is it seems to take us further away from ourselves. We're not looking for ourselves as the ultimate being. We're not putting all our faith
Exactly.
in ourselves. We putting our power on the outside. So we got to trust and believe that something's going to happen. And then that's the scapegoat right there. Because you can always say, oh, the Lord didn't do it for me, or the devil made me do it. No, you didn't do it, or the devil, it's your choice. People going to do what they want to do. You feel me? So all that making excuses on this deity or this man, slew-footed dude that's sticking you with the pitchfork. I mean, come on, man. Like it gets to a point where we got to just start being, responsible for
I'm gonna tell you, K Paper Chase. You got to realize the information age that we in and technology wasn't like that around then. So a lot of people couldn't visualize or understand some of the stuff. Even in now, it's be stuff we saying like this simple, and people can't even catch on to it. So that's why we
Hey,
get this
hey,
symbolism of
King
some of that stuff.
Genocide.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Who I say controls all the information, sir?
Hold on. Who controls all information? Oh,
Yes, sir.
okay. Oneself.
No, sir. The
No.
state.
Yeah,
The
that too.
state.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know, I know, I know.
controls
That's
all the information
I know,
that you
understand
get
what you're
taught
saying.
yeah.
But
through
if you look,
kindergarten. And the state
yeah,
controls
and that's
all
what
the information that's being
that's why they
taught.
show you the globe
Hold on,
early.
relax, brother,
I
relax.
got you. I got you. I
That's
got
pushed at the kindergarten, high school, universities. The states control all that, along with the religion, brother. That all we taught, what all we were taught.
you. Yes, yes, sir. So it's another
We
thing
need
they
to
do.
keep that in mind. Like I said, keep that the state controls the education and religion,
But think
Right.
and
about it
this
like
is
this.
what was given
And
to us.
science, all of them in bed together. Science, even the media, all of them are.
Exactly, all of them. Exactly.
It's just crazy, man. And then the thing is, it's so hard for us because we getting hit by so many different ways. Even the media, the schools, the church, everything you said. Then we got the chemtrails, we got the GMO. Yo, they just attacking us from every which way, yo. So it's hard, and it's hard.
We
Yo,
got
bro.
the government that controls the state and the church, but the state is basically the government. Each state is basically its own country. Georgia is own country.
Hey,
Yo,
I think you got some
we
comments,
we in a whole lot
in
of
the
mess,
chat.
y'all. We in some deep shit.
Hey,
Controls
oh,
its
go.
entities or the people that's in it. You got it.
I'm surprised we still living.
Hey,
Oh, man,
no.
this is
Hold on.
crazy.
Let me go back to it. The karma we built up into this earth. Not only us as a people here on this country and this continent, our energy. Look, our hard work didn't go nowhere. It's still here. We still the freshest, flyest motherfuckers in the world. Everybody loves our culture and tries to steal it,
Yeah, but
emulate
that
it.
ain't even making my life easier though. I'm trying to be.
Hold on, no, you can't. Hold on.
Okay.
So this is in karma. This is about the flow of energy. Water can flow, water can crash. You in the water, you in the information. Look, this is the Leviathan's territory. You got to know how to navigate through it. And you was built with the proper tools to navigate, but you're right. You like me. I like some people say you go against the grain. You like, nah, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Nah, sometimes you pose the flow. Not saying do dumb shit, but you pose to know
What
how to
I'm
flow
trying
through
to
the
do
bullshit.
is
You get
get
what I'm
people
saying?
to take the mythology out their brain and deal with reality. Take the mythology out. All that shit is bullshit.
Hey, big dog, and a lot of times,
You wasting your brain cells.
so
But you got it.
I use the mythology or the words of mythology like algebra to explain the higher algebraic the trigonometry.
Okay, so let me ask you this, King Genocide.
Yes,
Let me ask
yes,
you
sir.
this. All right, so damn, we was talking about the reality. Damn, I forgot what I was about to say.
No. Hold on. We building. Hold on. So we went into
Mythology, reality.
mythology, reality.
Mythology and
Yes.
reality. Yeah, man.
You
Yeah,
forget. You forgot what you was gonna ask me.
yeah, it was a big.
Hold on. Take your time. Don't nobody say that.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Keep
Hold
talking.
on. I might be able to.
It'll come back. It'll come
No.
back.
Oh yeah. It'll come back because we saying this realm of shit. But look, inside the way we thinking and our thinking process, it's so many different schools of thoughts. But like I said, steel sharper steel. Diamonds only you can only cut a diamond with a diamond. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
Unless you.
I got my question. I got
There
my
you go.
question. All
It
right.
worked. That shit
You
worked.
know, the God of the Bible.
Yes, sir.
It says that we are made in His image, but it seems like He's made in our image. My question is,
No. Hold on. Let me tell you the truth
okay,
on
let me
that.
get my question out before I forget it real quick. All right, so
Oh,
my question is, if we were made in His image, and if you're worshiping the God of the Bible, how are you going to get past the jealousy, the selfishness, and with the God that you worship is jealous and selfish? How can you get past that? You might
his
as well.
name is selfish. His name and it says his name is selfish. But think about it like this. So when God said, "Let us make man in our image," the sentence basically says, "Let us make man in our image." Did you
The
hear that?
sinner said that. Who?
In the Bible, it says, "Let us make man in our image." It says that in the Bible. When I say shit like this, people looking at the Bible and think there's a Mandela effect going on.
Hey,
What I'm
real
saying
quick.
is, but if we're worshing something that has jealousy, that has
Hold on,
favoritism,
no. Hold on. Before you go to that part,
if you worshiping that, you're not going to be able to get past the qualities if that's the highest thing
Ho-
that you're going to.
Hold up. Listen to my school of thought. This ain't other school of thoughts, but my school of thought looks at it like this. I read the Bible for basic instructions before leaving her. It's just basic instructions flawed, tampered, this and the third. I try to get the good out of it. But when he says, let us make man in our image, they're saying that there's more than him there, and we was made in their image. Because
And
that's what
we
it
know there's
says.
more than one God, because in the Bible, God says, "Do not worship other
And the
gods."
guys besides me, thank you. That's the evidence. So like when Cain went to another town, that's evidence it was other people. See, he sees us to be higher intelligence and don't have we want to get that higher shit that we all are trying to get. That's
Hey,
what he
King
looking for.
Genocide. Evidence is not proof.
No, I'm not talking about
You
evidence. No,
got
it's not evidence.
evidence like it's people there. Like
No,
I
no,
said,
no, no, no. I'm
you're
talking about
dealing
the
with
mindset.
mythology, brother. If you really want to act like none of that shit existed, that would
So,
be
so, so,
the right way to do.
big dog, on the right, on the real shit, the most flawed shit is the shit you talking about in the Bible, which I don't focus on. But when I focus on the Bible, is the realistic shit. It's like, damn, even though that sound like that, that's some shit that's still happening
There's
to people
nothing
today.
realistic about it, brother.
Oh, no, no, no.
That's
Hold on,
black people problem. They
hold
want to
on.
believe in
The
anything
Bible, the
other
Bible, the
than the
Bible is the
Bible
black
rather than
person's problem.
themselves.
Hold on, the Bible is telling black people about their problems. Hey, look, hey, kpaperchase,
Can,
you ain't
can
know I'm
can
about
you
to,
go to
you
any
ain't know I'm about to
can
say
you
that shit,
can you
did you?
go to
You
any
know I'm
other
about to
book
say some shit.
and get a reference from the Bible? No.
Yeah, yeah.
It
I
don't
mean,
make no sense. The
yes,
Bible is the only
us.
reference.
Some of the shit that is in the Bible,
Mythology, like I
niggas
said.
is still doing today. Okay, now look, when they went to go hang Jesus, right, on the tree, right? When they went to go hang Jesus on the
That's
tree,
gonna get you, OG.
Somebody that don't exist.
look,
I
look, look,
mean, he wanted to talk about somebody that don't exist
there's a
that they
black guy.
can't prove that
No,
exists only in that book. You
Right.
might as well be reading a Harry Potter book and believe a Harry Potter book, my
Ooh.
brother.
Ouch.
so look, no, I get what you're saying, but look, act like me and you and K Paper Chase did a whole bunch of shit, right? And people knew about us,
I
but
ain't
people
asking
look.
about like shit. It's
Oh,
reality.
okay. Look, check this
Yo,
out,
that
right?
was funny, man.
But I'm gonna let you talk, man. It's
Hold
all
on, look.
good. Much respect.
Act like. After a while, after a couple of 100 years, the good works we did got switched up, and they changed our names up. But the story's still there. But they plagiarized the fuck out of it, and algebraically, because everybody knows the story, and that's the way you appease the people, because people will keep circulating that media because it's the truth.
Hey,
You get what I'm
King
saying?
Genocide.
Hey,
How many? Let me ask you this question, brother.
Mhm.
How many of our ancestors died believing in that book, and
A
motherfuckers
lot.
still die and believe in that
No.
book?
Hold on, let me tell you. So they got.
And
They, look,
if
hold
there
on, look.
was a
Let me tell you
real
the truth.
God,
Look,
he
I'm
would
all
show
look.
evidence.
Look, they
So
got missionaries. Look,
how
they got
many
missionaries.
generations?
Look, they got
Hold on.
missionaries
How
that go
many
into different
generations
countries.
died believing in that book,
You're
man?
right. And they send in missionaries and they act like they spreading the gospel, but they taking the God away from people who already got
You
God with them.
basically pushing the state's information when you
You ain't hear
pushing
me.
that Bible.
You hear what I said.
Because that's
Basically,
what's connected to the education system and their belief
yes.
system.
Yes. And then indoctrinate people.
That's who trying to make the Bible real.
Now hold on,
Your
and let me
state
tell you.
government,
Hold on, that's a part of the MK Ultra
so they
program.
can control you.
You're right. That's a part of the MK Ultra program. They send in missionaries to
Because
different
niggas like
places.
me know that shit don't exist. Niggas like you believe in it and
Mm-mm.
going do what they say.
No, I don't believe in the Bible. I read the Bible to listen to its practical purposes, its basic instructions, and I know it's plagiarized and heavily flawed, but it's a plagiarized story. It's a difference. So I'm saying I don't believe in Mundele Jesus or white Jesus that came
All
from
right,
Caesar.
so
Hold on. They come from Caesar Borgia. Listen. I know some shit. I know that shit. The second, the Pope son who was Leonardo da Vinci's. Well, I ain't gonna say all that shit. I know some shit like that. I don't believe in all that shit. I know that shit. What I'm saying is, I use the practical purpose to realize that our story's been plagiarized, and it's about us and our people. The first people that built the church are called Niger. Niger, and that's in the Bible. People think I'm making this shit up.
okay.
Look it
He's
up.
still trying. He's still trying to put himself in a book reality instead of dealing with the reality that's really smacking him right in his face.
No, I'm a part of that. I'm a part of that war too. I'm a part of that war too.
Yeah, basically it's like pick your poison. You know what I'm saying? I think that for some people, I mean, I agree with both of y'all in a way, but I think that some people might need the Bible. Some people might not have the common sense to know not to kill nobody. So maybe they need that religion to feel like they're doing something. I've seen people save and turn their life around with the Bible.
I feel like that's a good vehicle for people.
Yeah,
Like,
so I think it can be
Dig,
good.
I
dig this.
wouldn't give rid of that
Hold
vehicle.
on, everybody. Let me say this.
Yeah.
Let me say this real quick. I see somebody that made a decision to want to better their life, but they use the Bible as an excuse. They made that decision.
Yeah, I said that as a scapegoat.
They put the power to the thought. But we want to give religion the credit when if the person didn't make that thought to want to change their life, but they made that thought. You see what I'm saying? But we give it religion. That's a power that we have within ourselves that want to make our life situation better. And I'm landing there.
Bad too, because say you've been working hard for this job, you work hard to get out of college and stuff like that. And after you finish, I mean, I guess it's not a bad thing, but you give it to God. But really, you do need to be thanking yourself and saying, I made this happen. You know what I'm saying? I still had to wake up and stuff. I use God as an encouragement, but ultimately, I'm where I'm at because of what I did. And I feel like we got to make sure
we make the decision to do right and do wrong to change our life. It's a decision that just imagine if you decided you wasn't eating no more. Mm-hmm. You would die.
Right. And then the thing with God too, if it's something that's trusting, it's also powerful. You wouldn't need doctors or anything. You just go to God for your healing, and people.
But like I said, we connected all that shit to the state, man.
Oh yeah, so
the state controls all the religions.
Yeah, so God is the hospital now. You know what I'm saying? So they
exactly. God is the.
Okay, can I ask one question?
The corporation.
God is the doctor.
That's what God is, the corporation.
So I got the divine creator summed up into a form of that's just words, but I just don't. I know I don't understand what the embodiment of that truly is. I just know that we all been created from that.
Yeah, I know that we have a creator, and I know there's something bigger.
Thank you. That's
I know that, but like I said, I just don't think it's the God of the Bible.
Yeah, the magic man in the sky. No, the magic man in the sky. No. And then what if it was a black dude came down and he was raw as shit? He was like, "Yeah, I'm God."
I'm just saying, me myself.
That's what people expect.
I choose to deal with reality. My mother and father.
Hey,
is
my homeboy,
God.
he white. He gave me a pound.
And they who created me.
He said, "Damn, you can't make shit like that up." My bad.
The power of thought. That's the creator. Thought creates the process. My mother and father is my creator. That's who created me, not no invisible being. No, my mother and father coming together. That's how man was created.
I hear, and supposedly it's as above, so below. So if God creating people through ribs and woman has had given birth to a baby on earth, that doesn't go with the as above, so below.
Well, I think we've been lied to as the above. See, God hovered over the face of the waters. See, he came out of the waters as a triple black. You see what I'm saying?
When he came out of the waters and did what?
Hold on. And then he went through the 7 steps. He went through completion. King James Version. He went through didn't he? Did he not?
King James.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on. Oh yeah, and supposedly not the guy who they told you was. Actually, King James was actually a black guy. Yeah, look, there you go. Look, see, and
that
see.
So that makes it better that he wrote a book to enslave.
No. Only way I got to do is keep you away from the knowledge of who you are and your people, and just a lie and call it a white man, and they'll make the motherfucking asshole. Just look, Kanye West, Bill Cosby, anybody. What do? They do this to us all the time.
Hey, King Genocide.
Hold on.
No, you hold on.
Oh yeah, I got you.
What's the meaning what's the meaning of mythology, brother? Tell me the meaning of mythology.
Okay,
look it up.
Mythology. So mythology is telling people that it's white.
Look it up. Look it up for me.
Look. Telling people it's white. Look, it's telling people it's white Jesus, which is the picture of Caesar Borgia, which is made by Leonardo da Vinci. Which was
look up mythology for me, please. He ain't gonna give me that.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna give you what you want.
You want me to look up something? I can pull it up for you.
Let's do it. Oh, okay. So look, check this out. Yeah, let's rock. Let's have some fun. Hey, but you heard the shit, kpaperchase. You see you see what I'm saying? Like I'm not going against what he's saying, and I'm not saying that shit. You feel me? Like just because I'm using those references don't mean I rock with that shit. You feel me?
Yeah, you just
I'm just
okay.
using that shit as a source of reference to explain what I'm saying.
Okay, well, mythology is a collection of myths, especially one belonging to particular religious or cultural tradition. A book discussing Jewish and Christian mythologies. Wow, the study of myths. So by this definition, it would say that the Bible is mythology. But that would make all of his mythology, all of the religions, whether it's the Bible or whatever. The only thing that I'm saying is that it might be mythology, but some people are able to get good stuff out of the Bible. So that's all I'm saying. Some people abide by the Quran, and they're able to live their lives, good. And some people might need that. Some people need to give it to a higher power because they don't trust themselves. You know what I'm saying? They're not able to, do that on their own and figure out, I shouldn't kill people. I shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? They can't figure it out. So they
That
need
moral conduct, system.
it's a moral compass for them, right? Because they don't know what's right or wrong, I guess. It seems like it would be common sense. And then the thing is, too, they changed the 10 Commandments now. They changed the 10 Commandments, right?
So the 10 Commandments come from the 42 law, the laws of Ma'at. See, I can see your facial expression. You saying?
Okay, so from
It's our place. Hold on. Let me say this. Hold on.
Original.
Before I forget this, please.
Okay.
All that shit in the Bible is our plagiarized shit, and that's a straight reference to thank you. Now you get what I'm saying.
And it's from
us. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. And people don't want to hear that shit.
The Bible is teaching us to turn the other cheek, be slaves.
No. That shit don't say that shit. That's what the preachers say. That shit don't say that shit.
You going back to the? What are you going back to? The Torah? I mean, what are you?
No. When I read the King James version, the shit that people be acting like they talking about that the Bible say, trust me, they ain't even really read it. Or I really read the shit.
Bible 3 times: the King James version, the International version.
No. Look, just stick with the regular King James version. It reads like Shakespeare.
Worst version.
Just listen to me. Just listen. No, look, bro, we went through it. Don't we keep talking about slavery? Look, do you want to cancel CRT, critical race theory from my schools? You don't want to hear about slavery, huh? Look, see, you see how I brought you to that shit. See,
I don't want to hear about slavery. All I'm saying that
no, hold on, no, and don't get me wrong, those was different times, and you got to realize when the Bible says something in the Bible, that don't mean you're supposed to do it. They shows people iniquities and where they fucked up and how they got punished. See, and then when the guy told people to do shit and people say that was wrong, he said, you curse these. They fucked you over. Now this is how you.
Let me give you an example. I went to church one time. Didn't know it was a third Sunday. Had communion. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to take the communion. You know what I'm saying? Because I was always taught, because I was raised Christian. If you don't get baptized, you're not supposed to take communion. So I thought I was doing the right thing by not taking communion. So the preacher looked at me and he said, "Young man, I need you to take this communion. This is a very sacred thing." And I didn't feel comfortable, so I didn't take it. They kicked me out the church.
All right, so let me tell you like this. Church.
My thing is this. Hold on. If I show you a Satanist ceremony, they do the mock thing, just the same thing. They act like it's the devil's blood. They eat it, act like it's the devil's skin. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a cannabis. I'm not a vampire.
Eat from my flesh. Eat from my flesh and drink from my blood. Eat from my flesh. Drink from my blood.
Drink from nobody's blood. Why?
Hold on. I heard what you were saying.
Right.
Hold on. So let me say this: church is like a cult. Most churches like a cult. They preach end time shit to get more money to send the collection plate around. No,
I'm talking about communion. Where did the communion concept come from? Didn't that come from?
That's some church. Okay. So let me say this: church is a business. I'm not a part of the church.
Oh yeah.
Listen, so you understand me? Church is a business. Me, I'm spiritually in tune. I'm not a spiritualist. I don't do tarot, but I do some good ass breakdowns. So look, I do got some, and you heard me saying some shit, and then I hold back. You're like, why didn't you keep going? You're like, you understood. I got to do that. I mean, it's my responsibility to kind of hold back a little bit, right? You see that, right?
Do what you do, bro.
No, and I'm gonna keep doing it. Oh yeah, you don't get a couple of comments. We can address it. People like for you to the feedback. Look, you just learned it just like me. So what you do, you click over and then Because it's one jank that somebody, but it's probably too late to get to that one. You feel me? But you can still pull it up though.
I don't see no comment. Comment from who?
It said, "Wasn't Hitler fascinated with over there?"
Yeah.
That one, that kind of it.
Yeah, he was. Hitler was fascinated with a lot of stuff. Hitler is the person that brought the MK Ultra over here after World War II. We were working with Germany. We say we were in war with them.
We brought their best and top scientists over here.
Right. They sent those Soviets over here, and they created the MK Ultra program from Hitler. From Hitler technology. Hitler had the satellites. Hitler had the radars. Hitler had high technology, and after the war that we're supposedly in with them, all those people came over here and started messing up the United States. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They came over here with that BS. That's what they did, you know. And he was fascinated with the Antarctica because he knew something was going on over there.
Just so, AK Paper Chase. Let me hit him with the conspiracy shit right quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they say that a school of thought and conspiracies. One of the rabbit holes says that Hitler went to some underground Antarctica bases. Say some fascinating shit that spark people's brains. But no, you heard of that shit, right? And yeah.
I definitely think there's more than out there. And you can find, you can look at it a lot of different perspectives, because even in the religions, they said that there's something out there.
And then think about it like this: we actually had chimeras now. We already been splicing shit like broccoli and shit, like pit bulls. We've been genetically modifying shit for a long time as a species. That shit ain't nothing fucking new. But now we doing it at a more dangerous level to where, okay, so when you see degenerative disorders and shit, like you can make something created to breed it, like a super soldier or a super animal or a super food. You can get a couple of good yields, but most of them ain't gonna be that one. Mm-hmm. See, sustainability. I divine. Okay, so kpaperchase. This is one of my philosophies, right? Everybody has their own divine spark.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, definitely.
So we all a part of the source. Once we start really truly being our real self, not the self that not the self we've been using to navigate this plane of existence, but the divine. When you really do that, no selfishness, when you have none of the sins or none of the good ones like happiness or spirit, none of those shits, none of that. Something higher than all those shits. And still using the navigate. Yeah.
You live in balance, yeah.
Did my shit start breaking up or did it get through?
No, go ahead. I do.
No, I just want to make sure, because when people start breaking down high level shit.
Yeah.
It shit start breaking up. Sound like you talking through the water. So it was like, hold on, this motherfucker started glitching the matrix or something. I was like, please let me know that y'all hear that shit. I was like, damn it. Well, I keep going to one of these. And then, hey, look, I appreciate that you was able to go back to your talking point earlier without forgetting it. See, that's how you know you building with somebody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like I said, just trying to figure out the best way to navigate it. It's the best way. I just think that religion ain't necessarily the best way. I agree with you on the spirituality, because you can be spiritual without being religious. And I think spiritual just means woke. You know what I'm saying? But we got.
Then you can't say woke, because woke attributes to alphabetical crew, but.
And I was going to say, woke means sleep. Now, woke is the new sleep. They just use it so much. You got to come up with a different thing. I guess.
I get it. What we call it, it's the awakening.
The awakening. Yeah.
That's what it's called. And I won't say that to nobody unless they're a part of it. Yeah, it's the awakening.
Yeah.
And then you got people who will probably say great awakening. And I just say it's just the awakening. We like, you know how they say this, the quickening? Yeah. You ever heard that in black? Somebody tell you it's the quickening?
Yeah.
We call it an awakening right now for people, because they.
And I guess the thing that we got to realize too, that I had to realize, sometimes when I talk to people, they think that I'm pushing it on them, or I learn something I talk about, they think I'm pushing on them. And I'm not really pushing on them. I'm just telling what I'm learning. Everybody is in a different level as far as their development, as far as where they are. So, everybody is kind of on a different level. So, just like I gave you that example when the dude showed me this stuff about serapis, And I made him take the CD out of my house. That was so fucking superstitious.
Hold on. Serapis. Damn, hold on. Are you talking about the black guy?
No, he wasn't black. Okay, so Jesus' story is off of Serapis. Before Jesus, it was Serapis who went through the same thing, died on the cross, exact same story. So that story has been told a whole lot of times. You got to realize that Jesus was only, what's the year? 2023, 2023 years ago. Civilization has been going on for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of years.
Yes. That's what people don't realize.
Right. So Serapis,
and it's mainly us. Hold on.
So when he told me that he was before Jesus, showed me the evidence.
Oh, you took it the wrong way,
and
it triggered.
I think he left. I might have made him leave.
Yeah, no.
That shit, man.
You ain't make him leave. You made him take that material out your household back to his car. He understood.
I appreciate that shit.
Look, if he was a high level dude, he know how to take that. You feel me?
Right. And he did.
You gotta take the L. Look, for us to get the W, for us to get the big W, we gotta take the L's.
Hey, what's good? I'm back, y'all. That means in the mythology, that's a W in my corner, right?
You like that? Damn. Hey, big dumb. I love that shit. Hey, that nigga sharpen it. That nigga sharpen.
Hey, still sharp and still, right?
Hey, look, that nigga
that's a
sharp
win in my corner, right? I'm up nothing right now.
I ain't say that shit sharpening for nothing. You feel me? When I say that shit sharpen that nigga, that response.
King.
Yes, sir.
That's just like what Brother kpaperchase was just talking about. Before Jesus was a statue.
Hold on. Oh, kpaperchase.
Serapis was exactly. It was a
statue. Serapis was a statue.
Thousands of years before Jesus was even invented. Before he was invented.
What's the black Roman guy? But they look. He looked like they portray him as a white guy, but he's actually a black guy. He's
People
like one of the.
So happy by saying that somebody was black.
I know that, but I just want and I'm doing that for the people, for the audience, not for us.
Yeah,
but people don't know. Yeah, man, you got to realize
do that, and a lot of people be all right with, okay, Jesus is black, okay, so I can still turn the other cheek and obey my.
No, hell no, he ain't do that shit. Hold on, let me tell you my school of thought.
That's what we call chocolate coat.
When he come back, his eyes are red. His motherfucking eyes are red, and he breaks shit down with an iron rod.
Mythology,
listen.
Take a break.
It's a black. Listen.
Take a deep breath.
Hold on. Let me say this. It's a black guy. It's a black guy who come back and take revenge. I don't even talk like that. I don't even
inhale.
Bro, I don't subscribe to that doctrine, but that's what it says.
There you go.
You push me.
There you go, OG.
Here you go, the bus. There you go. That's the bus.
There you go. The
bust. No bullshit. That's what it's called, a bust.
Looking like Jesus with that cup on his head. What's that cup for? His cup runneth over. Is that what it is?
He got locks.
Maybe this is a black Jesus. Maybe that's who he was talking about.
Hell no. Oh, y'all going in some dumb shit.
Look. Ascended Master Serapis Bey. The same dude. Remember, there was a lot of these same stories that happened. Even back to Thoth, when they, you know what I'm saying? This stuff been going on since the Egyptians, probably before that. But it says Ascended Master Serapis Bey. I don't know who that is. Just something that.
Oh, I got you. Look, let me tell you who it is. Type in Montu Egyptian God.
Montu Egyptian God.
MONTU. You ain't never seen him, but you seen different. You be like, hold on, I seen all that shit before.
That's Thoth, right?
No. See, I know you seen that shit before, but this is that's where you get the word mountain from. This is where you get the word month from.
Let me see something. Yeah, that's Thoth. Exactly.
No, I said Montu.
Yeah, Montu. Look, this
No,
is
no, I didn't.
Montu.
I know they showing you the same shit. I get what you're saying. They do
Yeah,
that. It's
so
AI.
before, I don't know if Montu came before or after Thought, but what I'm saying, these,
No, no, hold on.
you know,
So let me say, let me break down thought. That's where we get the word thought from.
oh, okay.
Look. So I know some shit. Listen, you know how you got auras or hours, horizon.
Horus,
Or
Horus.
Oris hours. Oh yeah, bro. Thanks. You caught on. Hey, bro, we got this shit live and it's recorded. Thanks.
Yeah, man.
We down there 2 hours in this. But nah, go to Montu, the Egyptian god. You know how you got Aries, the god of war? Nah, Montu, the Egyptian god of war.
That's it.
That's who Montu is. Look, put in Montu, Egyptian god of war. Now you can learn about it. Yeah. And now I say that shit is plagiarized. And then you'll be surprised. The knowledge is there. Just don't nobody look it up. Don't nobody know about it. You
Gotcha.
feel me? I know some shit. You feel me?
Yeah, so just like Montu, Thoth, Jesus, Serapis, all of them have the same storyline.
Well, you can say that shit too. Now, people say that shit. Like, act like we real people, but me and you got some similar knowledge, but it's different, right? And we kind of look the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
See? Yeah, I'm just saying, like, yo, like we gotta pay attention to this shit. Like, you know
Yeah,
how many niggas
but the
get
stories
look,
are
you know how many niggas who character and legacy get took out right when they get popular, they take them out.
right, and then it's somebody else. What I see is just
Now
history.
you caught what I said. Now
I
you
see
got what I said.
history repeating itself. Stuff
Yeah,
pops
yeah,
up,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then that
bro. So we can't not take there was
repeat
black
itself.
niggas back then. Of course, it was black niggas back then doing some shit. Is the exact shit what it is now? But some of it probably is, and I don't know. Some of,
And
yeah, I
back
hate it.
in the Egyptians, they weren't necessarily good people. They were kind of evil. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They used to enslave their stuff. The Egyptians was off the chain back in the day. Back in Kemet, they was off the chain, man. So all it's been going on forever. All that stuff in the Bible happened with the Egyptians and probably before them back in Kemet, and you know what I'm saying? Back to Ethiopians probably all the way back. I ain't went farther than that, but you know, it goes back pretty far. But it's interesting though. It's just an adjustment of the same story for whatever time that we in. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's deep, man. There's so much stuff. And then, like I said, I don't get into like the Kemet and stuff too much. Um, just because I think it goes back further than that. So I don't spend a whole lot of time on Kemet because I think that's when stuff started being bad. You know what I mean? Or that's when the bullshit started. You know what I'm saying? With Kemet. So that's when stuff started to get these religions and stuff. They started creating people. They started deifying these men instead of the women. You know what I'm saying? They switched it over, started getting these androgynous gods and stuff like that. When her story, the history was from the woman. You know, we used to worship the woman. And then if you look at certain things, like I mean, even the Catholics and stuff, they worship a black Virgin Mary. She black as a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So they're kind of like keeping how we used to worship, you know, closer than how we used to be than we are by worshiping Jesus. If they're worshiping the female, because you know we come from the female. Yeah, man, good stuff though. Good stuff. Yo, I'm gonna drop the link. If anybody else want to comment or anything on the show, I'm gonna drop it. Then if nobody wants to, I'm gonna get up out of here. Yeah, we've been running about 2 hours. Yo, this was a dope bill, man. Fellas came by. Yeah, we had a dope bill today. That's what's up. So yeah, I'm gonna start being live more often. You know, I think that'd be a good thing. Be live, and what I want to do, I want to come back live. And when I come back live, I want to discuss some of the other videos that I did because it gives you a new perspective. You know what I'm saying? When you're looking at these videos and when you can actually talk about it, and you got people that's building on it with you.
Exactly.
So yeah, so that's a good thing. So because it gives me a lot more insight too when I can hear other people's opinions and how they think about stuff. So yeah, man, good stuff. Good stuff.
Already. You know, that's one thing we do, you know what I'm saying? We try to build ourselves up and build our communities up, look out for people. Look, ain't nobody perfect. Everybody got this shit, you know what I'm saying? But like I like to build. And then I got different sectors where everybody like be chilling and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I try to not get the best of both worlds. I just try to be true to myself, you feel me? But I like when I'm getting higher level knowledge. Not only that, like you said, like it's like steel sharpens steel. It's like diamonds cut diamonds. Like people building and getting to a higher level of awareness and understanding in things that most people can't even get. See, karma is something that you put into the ether or to the universe or to yourself and outside, and you get mostly what you get in. So you put in a lot of hard, good work, but it's the difference. Somebody can try to trap your hard earned and good work too. So we gotta
Yeah,
be careful.
go
Yeah,
both ways. And then the thing is, man, we can sit here, we can argue, you know what I'm saying? We can have different ideas, you know what I'm saying? But we know there's all love. And I'm not gonna think like you on everything. You ain't gonna think like me, but they ain't gonna stop us from working together. You know what I mean? Look at
and
these
look, like me and my nigga Big Dog.
white people, yo, because they'll not stand the other white person, but they gonna get together to get that bag, you know, and can't
Mhm.
stand each other. We gotta learn how to do that, you know.
Like me and my nigga Big Dog, like we disagree on a couple of things, but for the most part we build and we get it in, and that shit is lovely. Like, I'm
And
like, damn,
we all got the
yeah,
same purpose, even though you might
yeah.
think you do it a different way, or I might do it, or OG might do it a different way. We just got the same purpose. So big picture,
That's
big
my
picture.
homeboy. Yeah, hey, that
Yeah.
nigga,
So he
like you
always
said,
supported.
very supportive, very
Yeah.
supportive. You know what I'm saying? He
Always.
always right with me. And look, I'm gonna learn how to play this chess a little bit better. You know how to play that chess stuff?
Yeah, I played it, but I didn't sign up for this one because I wanted to just see how the tournaments go. Because I'm still a little rusty, man. I ain't played.
Nah, you need to break all the. Hey, download this shit and play against me. I'm rusty. I'm out the division. At least we could be like, you know what I'm saying, the undercard. You feel me?
Yeah. All right.
You see what
Well,
I'm saying? Like
yeah, we
I'm
can do
not
that
as good
then.
as they are. I am
Yeah,
not
me
as good as
either.
they
So
are.
I said, I'm gonna just watch it first.
Nah,
OG
and the
ain't
only
beat
reason
my
why
ass
they
in the
probably
first
ain't even
game.
did it yet is because everybody's scared to join the tournament. You feel me? So we
Yeah.
need enough people. Look, it is what it is. We do once like one a week, one every 2 weeks or some shit. Niggas, and then that's just good content, and you get it in and see what niggas skills at. You feel me?
All right. Well, I'll do it if you join, man. Yeah, we can do that.
So check this out, right? Do you get the chess time live app already? Do you already
Chess time live.
All right, so it's chess time live. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open this shit up on my Chromebook and share it.
Okay.
Hold up,
And it's an
so you can
app.
see, what it is. All
Okay.
right, so it's loading up. So share this screen right quick. Hold up, let me pull it up.
I think you can. Oh, let me stop my screen. You should be able to share now.
All right, you see what say King Genocide again?
Can you share? We'll let you share. Oh, okay. Select it. Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
that
just added
screen.
this stream.
I got you. Okay. So I can see.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's simple. You can just go into matches and shit. It's free. And you look like what you doing a live. Like, say you go to join up now, man, you can have a match right quick, like instantly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
Okay.
know,
So
it,
maybe
it
quick
it's just
invite.
so much stuff that we've been doing. Like people doing Family Feud, all this other stuff. It's a lot of different things we can incorporate and get the tools that most people ain't get. You feel me? And
Yeah.
it's free. And it's free. You know what I'm saying? You know how to
Okay.
make beats? Do you rap?
Not really. Not really. Nah.
So, so something to do as a hobby. They got this one joint where you can make beats, so you can make your own instrumental, your intro beat, outro beat, this and the third. I can teach you some stuff and some tools. You be like, damn, this nigga show me how to do this shit for free, and my shit rock.
I
You
got
feel?
this right here, man. I ain't even been on it. You already made up your music and stuff?
Oh yeah, so I'm King Genocide. I'm a beast, bro. I was here the name. Don't just just make a name like that. Yeah, I don't learn a whole bunch of shit. I did a whole stream with my homeboy Knowledge. You met Knowledge yet?
I think so. Yeah. No knowledge.
Okay, yeah. I've been building with him. He been helping me out. Vice versa. Like, we should do a dub stream. So it's a way that you can go and set it up to where I could stream to my stream yard often you doing this one.
Yeah, we're gonna set that up, y'all. You gotta leave your do I have
Content info.
yeah, do I have your contact already?
Nah, not yet. No, I might. Hold on. Do I got you in my phone? You might. You might. Check out.
Let me see.
You might get my shit. I don't fuck with so many people, but you definitely want the people that understand us some shit. I'm like, okay, we can build.
Oh yeah, man, definitely. And you're in 757.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That part. What? That part.
I got you. Okay, word. I got
Oh
you.
yeah. Okay, so check this out, right? So did you download that shit yet?
No, I'm gonna have to do it later. I got to make a run. So I
Okay,
got
yeah,
out
cool.
here. Yeah, but are you going live later on though?
I mean, I could, but I don't know.
It's all
I
good.
I may or may not. You know what I'm saying? I might have a chill build in me. You feel me? I might
Yeah.
have a chill build in me. I'm gonna see
Yeah.
what's up though. But
Wonderful.
yeah, hey, yeah, go ahead, take care of your thing. Salute my closing statements. Salute everybody who joined in. Appreciate y'all. Karma is like this: you put in what you get in, you and you put in a positive, and you can't help but have negative. God or the devil is a part of you, but you gotta understand how to regulate those things. You will control those things internally and externally through yourself. And the external stuff, it's not like, but yeah.
Yeah, that's right, man. Yo, much love. I want to thank you for joining the chat today, man. Yeah, we had a dope build. I'm definitely gonna get you with you, and I'm gonna download that chess thing. So, like I said, we can play against each other. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. And I'm like I said, I'm not as good as my homeboy, but I could hold my own against him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm
I
not
can
an
hold my
expert. Like I said, I ain't ready to play big dog or you know what I
He
mean.
can't. He can't just beat me like that. You can't. Nah. It's gonna take. It's gonna take a while. You gonna have to think. You got to do some shit. You feel me? Like, look. And
Oh, you
most people
talking
is too
shit?
scared.
All
Look,
right,
no,
all
no.
right.
People too scared. People too scared to even play against this nigga. How you gonna get better unless you know? That's how I am. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you, man. All right, so yeah, you got it. You got your last words. Anything else you want to say before I close out?
Nah, I'm good. I guess I do the open panel after show. Let's do it.
Yeah. So it might be the open panel after show after this. You know, definitely subscribe to my boy King Genocide. I want to thank you for coming through. We made this live through 2 hours. We did real good bill. And thanks for joining, man. And I'm gonna definitely get up with you later so we can work out this chess thing.
Oh yeah, no doubt, bro. I got you. We gonna get better, and I'm gonna beat this nigga like, cause hey, I'm a beast, bro, and I ain't gonna just keep letting this look. I ain't gonna just keep. I ain't gonna be scared. We need a chess tournament. We need a chess tournament with players. So everybody keeps saying they're gonna join this and the third. Well, let's start playing and have the practice matches. Shit, that's content in itself. Like I ain't gonna lie, a couple of my chess just practicing shits got some views and shit. You feel me?
Yeah, we
So
could do that, yo. We could have our first stage, and both of us could streaming on StreamYard from our
yeah,
own channel.
yeah,
Yeah, let's do
exactly.
that. Yeah,
I got you,
do
bro.
that.
Like so you doubling up what you doing. So it's a logical skill test with your hand-eye coordination. Look, get your hand-eye coordination. Like RZA say, get your
Get
hand-eye
your
coordination.
mind right. You
Yeah,
know,
get
get
your
your
mind right.
strategy going.
You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. You know, got you, bro. I'm out.
All right, for sure. Be good, man. I'm gonna talk to you soon.
Mhm.
All right, you're. Thanks for joining. Sound off. Peace.